There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think a fall angel just walked by. I think a fall angel just walked by. I think a fall angel just walked by. I think a tall angel just walked by. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my there goes a sight. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul.
One, two, three, jump!
Wow.
Chiefs Kingdom. It's time for All Chiefed Up with your hosts, Steve and Mike Williams.
You're listening to All Chiefed Up, the best damn Kansas City Chiefs podcast in the kingdom.
Chiefs Kingdom. What's up, baby? Noah Gray here, tight end for your Kansas City Chiefs. You're listening to All Chiefed Up with Mike and Steve Williams.
The draft is over. The draft is over. Finally. Thank God.
Ooh,
So much work put into that thing. But it's done, man. We made it. We made it till the end.
dude, months and months and months of writing, watching, talking, analyzing, predicting, and Brett Veach comes in and in the matter of 72 hours blows it up. He blows it up, Steve.
Blows
it's okay.
it up.
It's okay.
Yeah. So I'm sure everybody has their opinions on this draft as a whole. We have our initial ones, but we're going to deep dive into all these picks and grade it out pretty good and put it up in an actual video soon. Probably be Monday when that thing comes out. We're pretty wiped out, to be honest. We've been live streaming 8.5 hours of the last 24 hours so far. But we still have probably about a good 8 hours before that 24 hours is over. So we'll see how long this one goes.
It's okay. It's okay. The more we work, the more we get to vacation. In a little bit, hopefully.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's true.
What's vacation?
What's everybody doing tonight?
Man.
It's good to see. We see Gary Holland. I see Lenny Dawson in the chat. I see Scott Crosser out here. I see Doug.
Made it.
I see
and
Chris.
Of course Chris Wright.
I see Steven. I see Farquad. I see Brian Parrott. Brian says everybody got their snackies.
Everybody get their food in. We got our food in. We had some Mexican food. It was delicious. Had some chicken tacos with some tomatillo sauce on there. Hit the spot. What'd you guys have?
Yep, let us know. I seen somebody had Mexican food. I seen somebody said that they had some shrimp tacos or something, I thought.
Somebody said that. It sounded good. I don't remember who it was. It might have been Gary. Yeah, so what'd you guys think about the draft as a whole now that you've had time to think about it for a minute? Put it in the chat. Let us know. My initial reaction is I don't want to grade it just yet because I really want to look at it and think about it and put some thought into it. Just off the top of my head, though, I think it was a decent draft, and that's about as far as I'm going to take it. I'm not going to say it was a good draft or a great draft. It was decent. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing flashy. None of that, but I think that he filled some depth pieces that we needed to fill. I do think that he reached a little bit on a couple of picks. And granted, there's that argument that you can't reach if it's day 3. I don't believe that. I mean, if you're taking somebody in round 5 that you could get in round 7, then you're essentially taking, lesser players. There were other good players on the board at round 5. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have that train of thought. To me, a reach is a reach. But some good players. Some that we had on our target, Mike, or someone that we had on our radar, I should say. Like B.J. Thompson, Rashee Rice, Felix Anudiko, Zoma. That's all people that we had mocked to the Chiefs. But there were some surprise ones with Chamari Connor and Nick Jones. What do you think about those two in particular, Mike?
The more I think about it, Chamari Connor, we probably went up a little bit high to get him. But to be honest, I think he was probably worth a 5th round. We grabbed him in, what was it, the 4th? I think so.
I think
it was the 4th. I think we come up in the 4th. We come up for B.J. Thompson in the 5th. We took Coburn. I think we traded out of our 6th. No, we did. We had 2 6s. So we got Coburn in the 6th.
Yeah.
And, of course, Nick Jones in the 7th. Chamari, I'm fine with it. I think a lot of people are saying, is this the end for L'Jarius Sneed, man? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Is this bad news for Sneed or what? I don't think it's that necessarily. But I do think the 5th round, 4th round was okay for Chamari. I think we moved up a little bit. I think the biggest reach in the entire draft for me had to be B.J. Thompson. And I know a lot of guys like B.J. Thompson. He's got pretty good intangibles, pretty good bend. But if you watch him, he does, he gets washed out a lot by these big offensive tackles that can get their hands on him. He's quick, but he's only 240-ish. And, he's going to get thrown around a little bit, Steve. That's just the way it is. And, I think maybe we could have said and waited on him. But apparently Veach knew something we didn't know, thought somebody's going to come take him. These scouts all know each other. They talk amongst each other. So they probably had a pretty good idea. There was a few other teams looking at him. And they went ahead and pulled the trigger on him. To be honest, I don't think, after sitting back and looking at it, I don't think it was a bad draft. I don't think it was spectacular. It definitely wasn't the sexiest picks you could get. But, I mean, it's pretty solid.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I thought it was decent. I thought that we plugged in the holes that we needed to plug in. No more, no less. Nothing flashy. I was pretty impressed with the first pick. I like Felix Anudike-Uzomah. I've been a fan of him since, uh, K-State. You just watch his tape, and he's just really good. Rashee Rice, we've also liked him. So those two picks, those were really good. Wanya Morris, I do like that pick as well. We had to have the tackle. They decided to go with him. I do like the pass that he has with Trey Smith, so I think that'll work well together there on the right side of the line if that's the way they decide to go. So I'm pretty pumped about the first 3 rounds. It just started getting a little sketchy, a little iffy around round 4. And the way I see it, and you guys let me know if you agree or not, I really think that Brett Veach and Andy Reid and crew, they just didn't necessarily like that many guys in this year's draft class. It looked like to me when they got to round 4, they were ready to drop some draft picks. They were taking people that they could have taken in round 6 and 7, in round 4 and 5. I think they just knew a few guys they wanted, and otherwise they didn't really care. To me, it looked like they did not love this draft class. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, that's a possibility. It's a possibility. Brian had brought up, earlier today when we were online during it, that he thought that something was off, and he felt that we just were stuck on plan B the entire draft. It's a very good possibility. They're never going to admit it, but that's a good possibility. Doug, what's up, Doug? He said he still gives the grade a solid B. They got our needs at offensive tackle, wide receiver, and defensive end. Our special teams last year was not very good, and the rest of the players are good depth pieces. Totally agree.
Agreed.
I'm right with it. The grade, I'll give
I
our
don't know
grades
yet.
in a minute. I'm not 100%.
I can't decide on it. I want to look more into it and
I'm
really think
wavering.
about it. If you let if you let it marinate for a little while, you'll start to see things a little more clearly. Usually that's what happens with this. So I'm going to give it just a minute before I actually grade it, but I'm on the same wavelength as Doug. I think it was a pretty decent draft. And we got those depth pieces. We hit the positions of need, all that good stuff.
Lenny,
what's up, Lenny?
Lenny, we had dinner break. We had a dinner break. And
Lenny slept during the dinner break.
You did.
Took a nice long nap.
Kylie, nice to see you, Kylie. What was your favorite and least favorite pick? Biggest potential sleeper? Steve, you can take it.
Well, I would say my favorite pick, probably the FAU pick, more than likely, or Rashee Rice, one of the first 2 rounds, because those were both guys that we had our eyes on. I think they're both good players. I think they'll both fit in pretty good, and they both offer something a little bit different than what we've been seeing in KC. With Felix Anudike-Uzomah, he's more bendy, and he gets after it a lot differently than most Spags defensive ends. He's not that typical 6'6", set the edge type guy. He actually knows how to get after the quarterback, and he can use speed and bend to do so. We don't see that a whole lot in Kansas City anymore, so it'll be a nice welcomed change. Same with Rashee Rice. He offers you a different element at wide receiver. We now have a guy, granted he's only 6'1", he's not huge, but he is a bigger body than what we're used to seeing, and he can play that bully ball a little bit. He likes to fight for contested catches. He'll high point the ball. That's something that we haven't seen in a while. So there's different elements that have been sprinkled into this recipe that they've had going in KC, if you will, and we'll see how that works out. But I'm pretty excited to see how those two fit in.
So who's the biggest sleeper, you think?
Biggest sleeper? I don't know. Everyone's wanting to say B.J. Thompson because he's probably the most athletic defensive end in the draft. But I'm not for sure. I've seen conflicting things here. But I think the guy's 26 years old. And if you're looking at a raw prospect that needs time to develop, usually if he's 26 years old, we don't have time for you to develop. You better be ready to roll. So I'm not as big on the B.J. Thompson pick as some of the other fans are. I do think he's a good player. I think it's a decent pick. I'm not that high on it. I think, honestly, I don't think there's any like sleeper picks that we took. I think Keandre Coburn might help in the middle a little bit, kind of in the same vein as Derek Nottie. I don't think he'll be anything like crazy special, but I think he'll be decent at stuffing up those gaps in the run game and things like that.
Okay. Well, my favorite pick, I think, at the end of the day is Rashee Rice still. Felix, too. I mean, I just like Felix as a person. But I think I really like the Rashee Rice pick only because Patrick has apparently requested him. I want to see what he does. We need more wide receiver depth. And you had to have an insurance plan just in case Justin Ross doesn't pan out like everybody said. And my biggest sleeper, I am going to go with Keandre Coburn. I believe he gets up the field pretty quick. He's a lot of man meat to handle. He is huge.
We love those big defensive tackles, man.
Dude,
I've noticed that. They keep trying
Yeah.
to plug that. If you've noticed with Derek Nottie, then they went and got, was it Danny Shelton, Brandon Williams? It's like they like that type.
Yeah, of course. They want the big guys that help stuff the run. I think he'll do good. I think he can get after the quarterback too. I think Coburn's got a chance to be a nice little sleeper. I
Nice.
think he'll be better than Derek Nottie, I think.
I think so too. I think that's my pick as well. Jan, what's going on? Good to see you back. She said that we brought some burgers. That's what we did on round one. Me and Mike and Pops, we brought some burgers. It was good.
Brian also
Brian
had
Parrott-
a grilled burger, but from Burger King.
From BK. That is my least favorite fast food restaurant. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Dave, he's having a lot of beers, some wings. Amelia,
Hey.
what's up? Good to see you. What, Steve?
Going on, Amelia? No, I was just laughing at Dave, man. Whatever gets you going. Wings do sound good, though.
I know. Farquad gives it a C+. You know, I'm somewhere around that C+, B- area. That's about where I'm sitting.
I feel like that's where I'm going to land, but I'm not for sure yet.
Once I think we get to camp and we see how they use these guys, it could get up into the B to low A range if they do pretty well. Good to see you, Doug. He says hit that like button for the guys in the Insane Reach draft. Yeah, hit that like button. Let everybody know we're doing our Saturday Night Live thing. We are talking Chief football. We're talking draft. Hit that share button. The algorithm
if you guys,
hates us.
yeah, they give us trouble. But if you guys are new to the channel, awesome. We're glad to have you here. Don't be shy. Get in the chat. Hit that sub button. Hang out with us more often. Lenny, I'm glad you brought this up actually about the UDFAs. I have a list for you. They're already working on them.
Let's get it going,
So
man.
it's being slow, but give me 1 second and I'll get you up to date on that, Lenny. This is according to Chiefs Wire. So give me 1 second. I don't know why their page.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, Lenny also says RGR were losing their minds. So did they not like the draft? Did they love the draft? Which way was it going? I'm going to take it they thought we were reaching.
Oh, I guarantee it. Okay, so for you, Lenny, some of the UDFAs that they've got so far. Anderson Hardy, offensive lineman from Appalachian State. Isaiah Norman, safety from Marshall. That's weird, another safety DB from Marshall. They did that with Nazi Johnson. Anthony Cook, safety from Texas. Cam Jones, linebacker from Indiana. Deneric Prince, running back from Tulsa. So we did not grab a running back in the draft, but we got a UDFA guy.
Let me tell you something. Deneric Prince was one of my sleeper running backs. I like him. Keep
Is he good? I have not seen much tape on Deneric Prince, so I'll have to check him
He
out.
was one of my favorites to watch. I like
Okay,
him.
and then we got some minicamp invites. Offensive lineman Jeremy Cooper from Cincinnati. Linebacker Isaiah Moore from North Carolina State. And then also a minicamp invite for James Letcher Jr., wide receiver from Washburn. That's a reaching right there. Washburn? How many guys from Washburn's played in the NFL, you think?
I think they signed another one that's even smaller school.
They also got a minicamp invite for a tight end, Jamal Turner from Toledo, home of Kareem Hunt. And then they have a Grand Valley State offensive lineman Quentin Barrow. He looks like a big boy. I'm going to have to get up to speed on these guys. I don't really know some of these guys at all. Another minicamp invite from the University of Guelph. Cornerback Sariman Harrison Bagayogo. I probably butchered that, but it's as good as it's getting. Minicamp invite, offensive tackle Josh Moat from Louisiana Tech. Let's see, another invite for offensive lineman Jerome Carvin from Tennessee. Also for Nico Remigio, wide receiver of Fresno State. Purdue cornerback Reese Taylor. Missouri State wide receiver Ty Scott. I don't know much about him, so if you guys from the local area, if y'all know anything about Missouri State and Ty Scott, let us know in the comments. Right now, that is all that I'm seeing. They might have some more done, but they're doing work quick, so that's a big list of guys that they have either signed as UDFA or have invited to minicamp. So that'll give you an idea of what Veach is doing, Lenny.
I want to talk to you about Deneric Prince, Steve. 6 foot, 216. He's out of Manville, Texas. He went to college at Tulsa, like you said. He was overall the first athleticism, the top athletic running back at the combine with a score of an 89. He runs a 4.41. He has a 10-yard split of a 1.5 and a vertical jump of 36 inches. He's flat out awesome. Like he's pretty good. It says Prince led Tulsa in rushing in 2022. He had 729 yards on the ground, 5 TDs, and he also caught 84 yards. He only caught 9 balls for 84 yards. So that's a little weird, but because we look for that, we look for that running back that can catch out of the backfield. But I think he's got the hands for it.
Right. Farquad says, I want to sign Snead. I hope he doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to keep Snead around, but I don't know if they will. We don't have a track record of really keeping our good defensive backs once they get out of that rookie contract. The last one that we did, I think, was Brandon Carr. Is that who it was? Or was it Brandon Flowers, actually? I can't remember. I get those two mixed up. I think Carr's the one we let go to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, he went to the
I think it was
Cowboys.
Brandon Flowers. We extended Brandon Flowers for like a 5-year deal, paid him pretty good money, and then we ended up cutting him completely after 2 years of that. Other than that, you've seen some good ones go on and go their way. Most recently, Charvarius Ward, Marcus Peters. We don't tend to keep these guys, so I would be surprised if they do extend Snead and keep him around. But it's a possibility. I mean, he's been a big piece to our defense in the last few years.
Yeah, I totally agree. Lenny says BJ has a lot of upside. He does. He has a lot of upside. I mean, it's a good shot. Yeah. It's the fact that you give up a little bit to go get him when he probably...
Well, like we were talking about, this draft class is not all that great. It's pretty weak, if we're going to be honest about it. So the floor for most of these players is pretty high. Like, as far as like BJ Thompson, like he's athletic. He's got the length. He's got the athleticism. So I mean, his floor is pretty high. But the problem with him is he's 26 years old. So I mean, they got to get him going quick.
Right. Farquad, I heard that Rice has issues with drops. Yes, 8.3% career drop rate. He drops about 1 out of every 10 balls. But also he didn't have a very accurate quarterback. So what they thought was catchable. And he also struggles to separate a lot. That's weird. He's so fast, but he plays so violently that he does struggle to separate. So a lot of his stuff's contested and different things like that. So Chris says, Chris, good to see you again here, man. Daniel Jeremiah was high on the B.J. Thompson pick. Daniel Jeremiah liked B.J. Thompson. He's liked him from the beginning. B.J. Thompson looked good at the Shrine Bowl. He got a sack. He gets after the quarterback. He really does. But at the NFL level, I just believe you're going to have to put some weight on him. He has to add some weight. That's all there is to it.
I think so. Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah,
and like I said, I mean, the only thing that scares me about him is his age, and the fact that he's going to be like a developmental guy. He's not somebody you can plug and play. There's going to be some work involved. So, I mean, we might get through his rookie contract, and that's all you're going to see of BJ. If that's how it's going to be.
Right. Gary, good to see you, man. He says, Mike and Steve, I give the Chiefs a B for a grade. I'm fine with that. I think if anybody says it's an A plus, I'm going to start saying, you're going to have to show me some receipts here in a little bit. But also, I don't think an F is an overreaction, in my opinion. If you'll be between a B and a D, I'll understand it. I'll lean more towards the B side than the D side. Let's be honest. Jan, Hey Jan, how are you? Looks like no more after the rest of Justin Reed's contract. Yeah, it looks like they're loading up at safety, man. I don't know if they might not even keep Justin Reed the entire time. Orion Guided. What's up, Orion? He says a B minus C plus. Greg says B for now. Good spots to add depth and have a competition. Good to see you, Greg. Good to see you, Orion. Those grades are perfectly fine. Brian, if we had taken Harrison, we are in the national conversation. If we had taken Kincaid, top story. You're probably right. I think people have imploded over Dalton Kincaid.
Well, we talked about this earlier. The media is never going to latch on to a Brett Veach draft. They're just not going to do it because he doesn't like to take those big flashy names. He just didn't do it, man. I think he could have. I'm with Brian Parrott, though. He's been saying this whole time that we were kind of taking plan B, and I do think that plan A was taken away from us a couple of times. I've read that Dallas had really gave us pains in this draft. We tried to trade up, rumors that we tried to trade up to maybe grab Mozzie Smith, defensive lineman, in the first round. Dallas refused to trade with us and then took our pick, Mozzie Smith. And then also y'all saw in the later rounds, the Chiefs tried to trade up with Dallas, and Dallas refused to trade and took Deuce Vaughn, which was also a Kansas City Chiefs target. So, I mean, I think Dallas was giving us fits. So Jerry Jones, that old decrepit piece of crap, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if you can't compete for a Super Bowl, might as well be a pain in everybody's butt. I don't know.
Right. Is it my internet or your internet that's locking up, Steve? So one of us is locking up a little
I have
bit.
no idea.
Just
I
letting
don't
you
know. I don't
Just
see
letting
anything.
you know. Sneed is out of here, says Omar. It's not a bad thing, though. We can't keep everyone, Nick Boat, Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith contracts coming. That's true. I think that Chamarion Connor, I think that's the reason. I really do. Chamari Connor. I called him Chamarion. I don't even know who that is. Chamari Connor. I do believe that it's true. But you never know. You never know. We could all think this, and then he could come in and sign at the end. It is what it is. Gary says, how do you guys feel about Oklahoma offensive lineman pick? Wanye Morris, I think it's a solid pick.
I think it's solid, yeah.
Did we have to trade up to get him in that situation? No. We could have had another pick. But, again, I don't think they loved a lot of players in this draft, and I think they just give a pick away just to get up and get their guy. I think that's what it was. I really do.
Yeah, I've said this a couple times, but I think he's a boomer bust kind of guy. Like, he could either be really good, it could be a very, very nice fit on the right side of the line right there by Trey Smith, or it could be another Lucas Yang where he just can't get over the hump and get on the field.
Yeah, for sure. Doug says if we get the Chris Jones extension done to free up cap space and we didn't pick up a running back, does that mean McKinnon will be signed now? I was totally
I think
thinking
they're gonna.
McKinnon made away like a bandit this weekend.
Absolutely.
The only way McKinnon doesn't come back to this team is if Deneric Prince comes in as a UDFA and just crushes it. But he's going to have to come in. He's going to have to take over just like, I think he could have been drafted in the 7th round. He really could have. So you may get another Pacheco out of the guy. I really think he had that range. So yeah. It's just something like that.
This is a little off base real quick before we take Mark's question here real quick. I just wanted to try to pull this up. The Eagles actually released a new logo. If you guys didn't catch that, they unveiled a new logo at the draft as well. So I was going to show you guys what they switched to.
Oh,
it's
God,
pretty
a
crazy,
Georgia
actually.
Bulldog logo, isn't it?
Do you want to change their logo? Let's see if I can get this on the screen. Boom. There we go, guys. You like that?
Really? I mean, it looks.
What?
It's perfect. It's perfect. I don't know. What do you expect?
I thought it was pretty good. They should give a raise to their graphic designers. That was a pretty good one, I thought.
I mean, it's spot on. Mark, good to see you here, man. Have you guys seen our undrafted players yet? Steve just read a list. If so, who do you like the most? Deneric Prince, the running back out of Tulsa. I like him. I think he should have got drafted. I had a 6th round grade on Deneric Prince. I think he should have been drafted.
Hey, I'm putting the link to Chiefs Wire's UDFA tracker in the comments. So if you guys haven't got to see that yet, just click that link and you can read through it real quick.
Chris, KC Sports Network has Rashee Rice comp T. Higgins. That's a generous comp.
I've heard that. It is a generous comp. I don't know if he's going to be a T. Higgins, but I mean, he could be similar. I mean, I think that's his ceiling. He could be that good, but I mean, he would have to hit his head on the ceiling there.
I comped him to Dante Moncrief. Played for the Colts a few years back. That's who I see. He's got all the intangibles to be good, but I'm not going to give him T. Higgins until he's T. Higgins. Jacob, good to see you, brother. He says, I'm giving it a B. That's fair. It's fair. That's all I gotta say. Hey, if you're new to the stream, we're talking about the Chiefs. We're going over some players. We're giving them grades. We're talking in the comments. Everybody smash that like button, hit the share button, let everybody know where to watch some good Chiefs content here on Saturday night. I'm sure there's probably still Chiefs content creators streaming out there somewhere because everybody's going draft crazy this weekend. Maybe not. Maybe we're the only ones up. So if you still want to talk about the draft, my God, we're all tired of it by now. But if you still want to do that, this is the place to be. So tell everybody what you like in the comments. Tell us where you're from.
Now's the time we can just kind of lay back and look at it. There's no more speculating. There's no more, wondering what's going to happen. I mean, we know it's done. Now let's just take a look at these guys and see what we're rolling with, man. And I mean, there's a good chance that maybe only 2 make the roster out of all these. I mean, what did we end up taking? 6 draft picks or 7? 7? Yeah, 7 total. Yeah. No SEC players in all 7 picks.
That was weird.
It's a little odd.
SEC. Brian says the SNL stuff is working better than elsewhere. Congrats. Y'all found your niche, exploited. Yeah. Saturday nights, man. The only problem is the ladies on the other end always want to do something, and we're like, oh, we're going online.
Oh, yeah. We're
You
going
know
to
how
feel
that
the wrath
works.
of that one.
Yeah.
Mike, I think it's your internet, by the way. I'm not for sure, but mine's not showing anything, and you keep sounding like a robot occasionally.
Well, it could be, but the only thing I would know to do is to restart it. And if I do that, you're going to lose me for about 5 minutes. So if
No,
it
we
gets
can't
bad,
have
that's what I'll
that.
do. If I get bad, that's what I'll do. Kip, what's up, brother? He says, how's your Mexican food? It was pretty good.
Delicious. Some chicken tacos with some tomatillo sauce. Little spicy, but it's good. You have to try it. Chris Wright says Keandre Coburn comp Brandon Williams. Yeah, man, that's kind of what we were saying. He's just one of them big bodies that they like, just like Brandon Williams, Danny Shelton. They were trying to get that role filled in all year, along with Derek Nottie. If you didn't notice, they kept signing guys, and I think they ended up sticking with Brandon Williams throughout the rest of the year. But I don't think they've even talked about re-signing him at all because he was only on 1 year, I think.
Yeah. That's a pretty good comp. He's a big guy. I think he's fast. He hits hard, man. He's fast. He hits hard. I'm going to throw up a short at some point, like giving some highlights of some of these guys so you guys can find them. I mean, you can obviously go look anyway, but
Right.
Missouri Sports Network, first time on the channel. Nice to have you. Appreciate it. I love picks.
Welcome.
All 3 days, but Coburn and Jones were stills. We do believe that Coburn was a steal. Jones went about the time I thought he would. I thought he was a 7th round pick. We got him in the 7th round. The thing I don't like about Jones is that he gives the receiver too much cushion. Sometimes he's not a very good tackler, and he doesn't track the deep ball well. So he's going to be a good, serviceable backup, and he will play special teams. He's got to get that tackling under control if you're going to play in a Spags defense, because you're going to have to stop. You're going to have to come downhill and stop those screens, and you're going to have to play special teams. That's all there is to it. We got too many corners to not play special teams.
Right. Hey, Missouri Sports Network, if you know anything about this Missouri State wide receiver Ty Scott, let us know in the comments. Looks like an intriguing little camp invite there. So I don't know anything about him. I thought maybe you would, so let us know.
Well, he did say he sees a clip of BJ jumping over 2 grown men while he was at Baylor. I hope they were standing on each other's shoulders. That would make that really impressive.
Hey, that's why they drafted him. He jumped 2 men, 12 feet tall.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick, actually. Kip, what's up, man? He says, have you seen Keandre Coburn press conference interview talking about a guy that really looked he deserved it? Awesome. Yeah, Keandre Coburn's a cool dude. I scouted him. I liked Keandre Coburn. I didn't think we would look at him because I thought he played more of a zero technique, a straight up nose tackle, maybe with a little bit of shade to the inside gaps. But to be honest, I think he's got enough athleticism that he can come out and play that, that 3 technique a little bit. He can even play the little 4-eye technique a little bit, I believe, if he has to. So I think it's a good pickup. I think we did our homework there, and I think Keandre Coburn's going to be good with us.
Yeah, I agree. I do like Coburn. I thought that was a pretty good pick. I saw that one actually when I was in the car going to eat dinner, and I liked it. I liked that one because we had thought they might look at him anyway. We'd actually talked about that. Some of you guys on the chat earlier today had mentioned him.
Yeah, somebody called that. Somebody was wanting Coburn. We took B.J. Thompson, but you guys were wanting Coburn then, and then I think we got Coburn later. So it's a pretty good call, whoever said that. Gary, do you think this year's draft could be Veach's number 2 or number 3 best draft? Time will tell. To me, it feels like the draft where we took, Derek Nottie. It feels like the draft where we took Allegretti. A bunch of solid role guys that'll get in there and hopefully produce something at the end of the day, but I just don't see any flashy players out of this. Felix and Rashee Rice is probably going to be your 2 biggest flashy players, and Coburn's got a chance. And, of course, how much flash do you get out of the offensive lineman, Like, you just don't hear, like, I don't see, like, Wanye Morris coming out in the next 2 years and being like, whoa, we really got a Pro Bowler there. I just don't see him going to that level.
Could happen,
he will be serviceable.
but yeah.
He'll be serviceable.
I think so, too. Kip says there's nobody that can replace McKinnon as much as he knows Mahomes. I think you're right to an extent, but I think we do have a guy on the roster that is getting to know Mahomes pretty good that could fill that Jerick McKinnon role. If they can get him up to speed on picking up blitzes and protecting Mahomes the way that Jerick McKinnon can, Jerry and Ely. He's been on our practice squad on and off. He was a UDFA signing from last year. I think he came from Ole Miss. and he's an SEC guy. He destroyed it in college. He was the best receiving back in football his last year of college. And I think that he can seamlessly go into that role at McKinnon because he actually probably just as fast or faster and more athletic than McKinnon. And obviously 10 years younger. So I think that they do have that in mind. And you saw that Ely was working out with Mahomes in Dallas, which was a good sign. And also, they do have him listed as a wide receiver because he can play the slot because, like I said, he's such a good receiving back. He's just got really good hands. But I think that they could slide him over to that running back position because that's what he did in college, and he could very well take that over eventually.
Right. Greg says, how much can we expect from a Jones extension for cap relief? I don't know
Man, I
what
don't
they're
know.
going to put on Jones. I really don't know. He's going to get paid. If he stays here, which he better, he's going to get paid. I don't know how much cap relief that would bring. I can't just throw out a number. I'm not going to just throw out a number to look smart. I don't know. Like it's that simple. Like I'm not going to guess. But he would give us a little bit of money to play around. Do we need it at this point? I don't know.
They've been pretty cryptic about the whole thing. Like
Right.
I don't know what's going on there. They haven't mentioned it much. They're just saying that I think they'll get it done. I don't think Chris Jones wants to go anywhere else, and I don't think they want him to go anywhere else. So
For sure. Mr.
It'll
Few,
happen.
what's up, man? Good to see you. Don't think I've seen you on the chat
Welcome.
before, so welcome. What's good? Hope you guys are well. We are well. We're about drafted
doing good.
out. We've been working hard over all this. Steve didn't even want to get up this morning. He's been working so hard. So it's one of those things.
I'm sorry. I know. I understand. I screwed up. But, I had a lot going on yesterday, so.
Brian
it is
says
what
the
it is.
ladies would make fine guests and it would keep them busy for a month.
Man, mine wouldn't get on this camera for any amount of money.
Mine either.
She's probably the most shy person in the world. She's got social anxiety or something. She don't want nothing to do with nobody. So
Yeah.
I don't think I could pull her. I don't think I could force her down here, and she's only 5'1" or 5'2". So I don't think it's happening.
Seems like she'd beat the crap out of you, though. Jan, what's up, Jan? How are you? She says Bucks kept taking who I wanted, but the Beach doesn't check with me. I tell you, man, the Bucks had a pretty good draft. They got Kalijah Cansey. That was our boy. They turned around and took Yaya Diaby.
They got Trey Palmer later. They
Trey
traded up
Palmer
to Trey
later.
Palmer. They had
So
a killer
it's
draft.
obvious, Steve, that the Bucks have been in our chat all chiefed up, and they're in here.
I think so.
They've got an undercover spy. They're going after.
Or, actually, I think I know what happened. We had Kalijah Cansey on a couple weeks ago, and then they drafted him first, and then he tipped them what we were talking about, and that's where they went ahead and took the rest. Figured it out.
Right.
Mystery solved.
I heard Jones had a 5th-round grade. Different people give him different things. Off the top of my head, I want to say NFL.com, Lent Zierlein, I think he comped him 6 to 7. And I think on my board, I had him comped right at mid-7th round. So it was about
Talking about
where I
Nick
thought he should
Jones?
go. Yeah.
NFL.com had him projected 6 to 7 is what they had him. They said that he was a 5.84 is what they scored him, an average backup or special teamer. He didn't grade out that well at the combine. He was 38th in cornerbacks in production, 29th in athleticism, and 34th overall in cornerbacks. So he ran a 4.5 40, a 1.57 10-yard split, and a 34.5-inch vertical. So he's not like a freak athlete or anything like that. I think he's just probably a hard-nosed, solid football player because Veach looks for those quite a bit.
Right. Scott says, do you think we move on from Kano or Herring with the BJ pick? Both of them could be gone. Both of those guys.
I think they should be, right? I mean, if you're Joshua Kando and you were taken in the 4th round, coming out of a college like Florida State, I mean, if you haven't done anything yet, you're not going to.
They've been very lenient with him now for a couple years, maybe even I don't even remember. It's been 2 or 3 years. This guy stays injured so much, I don't even know what's happening with him.
Right, and Herring, of course, Herring's always the mini camp and OTA guy that everybody's like, oh man, this guy's totally going to be awesome this year and make the roster, and then he don't. So I don't see it happening this year either. I really don't.
Yep. Missouri says the guy from Missouri State is a shifty wide receiver. I think he may earn a roster spot as a UDFA. That's bold.
So is he's I haven't looked him up, but I'm assuming he's probably like a smaller, shiftier wide receiver, kind of like Brett Veach and Andy Reid normally target, is what I'm assuming. So
right, and if he gets a roster spot, who's losing out? We're gonna take 6. We might take 7. I'm just curious who there would cut. in that situation.
Right. Do you think this guy could beat Richie James out for a roster spot,
Well,
or
We're
I
getting
don't
to
know,
the
Justin
point,
Ross even?
Yeah, we're getting to the point where Justin Ross is almost on the cut line, and everybody's talking about Justin Ross as the great savior that walks the water there in the Midwest, and you're getting close to getting him on the cut line because MVS is not going anywhere. I know we don't love MVS here.
I wouldn't say cut line, but he could definitely end up on that practice squad. I think people should be fully prepared for him not to make the roster.
Right.
Obviously, he has the ability to make the roster and could be good, but I think people need to be realistic and realize that, hey, he might not.
Right. What's up, Timothy? How you doing, man? He says, do the Chiefs go after any free agent still if Jones' extension gets done? It's always a possibility. We could get into this little rookie mini camp they're going to come up with in a few weeks, and they could be like, hey, these guys we drafted don't look right. Like, this isn't going to help. This is not what we need. They could still go after a veteran. I'll say it at the risk of getting stabbed. We could still go after D-Hop. That's not completely out, especially if the Cardinals release him. It's very possible he may want to come here on his own merit and sign for cheaper. So I wouldn't rule out any possibility. But yeah, it's one of those kinds of things, man.
The likelihood's not good. I would have totally ruled it out if they would have picked 2 wide receivers in this draft. I would have been like, well, D-Hop's probably a bust, right? But just for Rasheed Rice, I still think there's a slight chance. I used to be 50-50 on that. I'm probably more about the 30%. We would get him 70%. Not happening.
Yep. What's up, Harry? Harry says Kando's third year, Herring second. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. Kando is in his third year, and
he just Malik Herring, Malik Herring was a Georgia Bulldog, if I'm not mistaken. So we could probably get something out of him from the Eagles.
Oh yeah, for sure. Greg says Kando is out. I probably
think
believe
so.
that. I believe that. Chris said we're creeping up on 100. Dude, we are. I wasn't even paying attention. We're at 89. Not too bad. If you're just getting here, we're talking about the Chiefs. We're talking about the draft. Hit the like button. I know it's hard to do. I'm going to tell you how to do it. You take where it says chat and you click it, and then it takes you back to the old one, like you're going to watch a video, and then click the thumbs, and then click live chat again. I don't know why YouTube makes it so hard. It's like
there should just be a like button right there on the live chat. You can just hit it whenever you want, right?
YouTube makes it like we got to jump through 17 hoops to find the like button on a live. But I mean,
but if you're new here, welcome. Don't be afraid to get in the chat. We got a great community going, really good people in our chat, and hit that sub button. Hang out with us more often.
Yep. Harry said these guys have good film, except Jones. He's hard to find. Yeah, Ball State, man, they don't have a lot. I did go back. I watched some film against Tennessee, but I don't feel like his number was the proper number, and it was just kind of like a clip highlight of the entire game, so it wasn't the full game. It was hard to find him. I did find him at the East-West Shrine game. He made a few decent plays. He had a PBU and a pick, actually, in the Shrine game, and I think they said he was the most improved defensive player at the East-West Shrine game this year. B.J. Thompson was also there. He got a sack that game. So, obviously, the Chiefs went hard at the East-West Shrine game, and then they decided to party on really hard and didn't really look at anybody else. I
think the Chiefs like his special teams abilities, honestly. I think that's honestly why they grabbed him in that last with that last pick. If you look at NFL.com, their strengths that they had for him were good size with above average length, squats and jabs, receivers square with punch from press, effective rerouting and altering timing of the route, possesses ball hawking readiness with eyes forward, races into passing lanes once route recognition sets in. He reads eyes and attacks hands with back to the ball. And this is the one I'm talking about. He blocked a kick and a punt during his tenure at Ball State. So he's a special teamer, and I guarantee you that could be where we end up seeing this guy.
Yeah, his tackling has to get a little better. It's that simple. But, I mean, working on special teams will make your tackling get better, so it's perfect. Gary says, wait, did I skip somebody? Oh, Chiefs fan. What's up, boys? What's up, Chiefs fan? Good to see you here. We're just chilling, man. Everybody's so tired over this draft, Gary says, if we sign D-Hop, then who gets cut? That's a
good question.
That's the $1 billion question.
I mean,
I'm telling
right
you,
now,
you're not
like we've talked about a minute ago, you got MVS that's going to be here.
Right.
The only way that they would ever cut him is if they want to save some money somehow, and they don't think he's necessary. But I think that he played good enough last year to see him again this year. If him and Mahomes could get more on the same page, MVS could be a weapon for the Chiefs. We saw that in the AFC Championship game against the Bengals. He absolutely torched them.
Right.
But yeah, he's not going anywhere. Sky Moore's not going anywhere. Kadarius Toney's not going anywhere. You know those three are a lock for sure.
Rasheed Rice
and then
ain't
they
going nowhere after a
Right.
second round pick.
So that's what I was going to say. They drafted Rasheed Rice. They went and signed Richie James. Who else we
They
got?
extended
There's so
Justin
many.
Watson 2 years.
Yeah, Justin Watson for 2 years, and then of course you got Justin Ross. You got John Ross on the right now. Obviously, I don't think he'll make the roster, but I mean these are all guys that could potentially be there. Jerry Ely's still listed as a wide receiver. We talked about him earlier. I could see them moving him over to running back this year though, and trying to get him in place for that McKinnon role. I really do.
Yeah, I don't know who they would cut. I honestly believe Richie James probably would be the first one out the door. I think they would cut Richie James over Justin Watson, to be honest. I do.
Yeah, more
That's
than
weird,
likely.
but I do.
But they have had their eye on Richie James for a while now. That's somebody they wanted. Kind of the same with Kadarius Toney. But we'll have to see how that works out. It just really depends on how he fits in here.
What's up, Steven? He says, thanks for posting the draft tracker link. No problem. That's through Chiefs Wire, is it not?
I think so. Yeah, they were doing a pretty good job of keeping up with all the UDFAs and the mini camp invites. So
Right.
easier just to follow that link and
Farquad
check there.
Senior. Is that safe to say there's a Farquad Junior out there? We got to get him in the chat too. Off topic, but I'll be moving back down close to you guys next month. A, where do you live? And B, where are you moving
Nice.
to? You can just be general. Nobody wants to stalk you here. So just to be
Yeah.
safe.
Post your address in the chat and we'll all come visit you.
Yeah. KCSN had film on Jones who was slamming people to the ground. Yeah. I mean, I can find highlight reels all day.
I haven't
But
seen it.
at the
I
same-
don't know. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, from what I've seen, he does try to make the big hit, and he will whiff. The same with Chamari Connor. He does the same thing. He's not the best tackler in the world. He misses a lot because he tries to lay the wood on everybody. If you try to lay the wood, you try to hit stick everybody, you're going to whiff every once in a while when you run into the Kadarius Tonys of the world. It's that simple. We're just nitpicking at this point, too. I mean, obviously, I just can't say,
It's
hey,
still
everybody's
early. It's
awesome.
still early. Let's see here. I don't know how to say this. Let's just go with usage. What's up, guys? Enjoyed the live stream earlier today. Hey, we appreciate you being on. You're probably on earlier than me today. I dropped the ball this morning, but hey, thanks for joining us. We're glad you're back. That must mean that you had a good time and that you hit that sub button. So,
Right, I
you other
appreciate
new
it.
guys, do the same.
Farquaad says, I'm in Iowa. I'll be moving to Bowling Green. I
Nice.
pass through Bowling Green, 4 nights a week.
We're very familiar with Bowling Green. We actually grew up closer to Bowling Green than where we live now. So,
Yeah.
it's a cool area. There's a lot of stuff going on down there.
Going to
College
college.
town.
Yeah, you go into college, you go into Western, a job opportunity, let us know, man. Yeah, we go through there all the time. There's a nice little sports bar there named Mr. B's that we like to
Man,
stop
it's
in.
so good.
They have good
it's
pizza,
so
good
good.
wings, man.
They have pizza in there that it's basically like if Pizza Hut made really good quality pizza. Like it's like if Pizza Hut did things right. And it's exactly what it tastes like. It's freaking delicious. I love Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Shout
Hit
out
us up.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, check this out. Hit this up. Hit this Gmail up. Chris says allcheaped@gmail.com to reach out to the bros. Do that, man. If
sure.
when you get to Bowling Green, hit us up. If we get through there, we'll go have some Mr. B's together. Man.
Also, while that's up there at allcheapedup@gmail.com, if you guys are interested in getting together with us and Chris Wright and some of the other guys, we're looking for people that just want to help grow the channel with us and do cool things, maybe be a moderator in the chat, be able to help people with some questions they have in the chat and things like that. If we can't get to it, that way they can be useful and everything. Chris is doing an amazing job, and so are the other guys. So we'd like to all y'all, get together with us and maybe a Zoom call or something and talk about it and see what we can do. But just grow this thing together and make a good Chiefs community. So if you're interested, hit us up at allcheapedup@gmail.com.
Sure. Farquad Jr. is my daughter. Okay, she's allowed to come too. We can all
Wait,
go
is there
have Mr. B.
is there two in here with the same logo, or am I tripping here?
What are you talking about? They're both
Farquad Jr.
Farquad Senior.
There's a Farquad Jr.
There's not. I just see senior.
Is there not? Okay. I thought there was. I was like, I got really confused. I was like, have we been tricked this whole
You're
time?
really
Is there
happy
two?
over Farquaad. Reach, what's up, man? What up, fellas? What
Come
did
on,
you guys
Reach.
settle on for dinner? It was Mexican food.
Mexican food, chicken tacos, baby.
Yeah, we had some chicken
Good.
tacos, man. It wasn't too bad.
I'm telling you right now, if you guys like Mexican food, get whatever they call the dinner at your local Mexican restaurant. You get it's grilled chicken and they have queso over the top of it. And then you get that and you make tacos and you pour tomatillo sauce over the top. It's hot. If you like spicy stuff, go for it. And it's the most delicious thing ever. You'll get addicted and you'll go back over and over again.
Are you guys in KC? We are not. We're from Kentucky.
We are not. Yeah, if you're new here, we are not in Kansas City. We are in Kentucky, actually. So we grew up Chiefs fans. Our dad's been a Chiefs fan since the Chiefs were in existence, and we just kind of got that gene.
Right. Harry says, you guys know a lot more about the later rounds, especially. I have a higher opinion of the work they did. A lot of upside, I thought. I'm with you. I think for what we needed and for what we had to do, you got to remember, we're picking 31st. We were picking 32 in later rounds. We were the last one
for a reason.
We're the champs. So there wasn't a lot to fill. We just had to keep it going, keep the future going. I'm with you. I think Wanye Morris has a big, bright future on our offensive line. I think Anyudike Zoma's got a lot of upside. Rasheed Rice has got a lot of upside. I think Nick Jones has a dark horse shot of making this roster. Connor the same way. And Keandre Coburn, I think he's going to be a nice pick. I really do. And B.J. Thompson, he's 26. He's got to get it together really quick because he's running out of time. But I do think he will contribute at some points.
Here's my view of it. Just throw this out there real quick. But I think they did so well in rounds 1 through 3 with filling the holes that we needed to fill that the next 4 picks, they were allowed to take their shots. Like, it didn't really matter. If these guys don't hit, it don't hurt us. But if they do, guess what? We got another gem.
I hear you. Stoney. What's up, Stoney? Haven't seen you here
Hey,
before.
good to see you, man.
Glad to have you here. Hit that
Welcome.
sub button. Be part of the community, man.
You got PA. You got PA on your map, Mike.
I do.
Pennsylvania on the map.
PA got listed last week. I need to find a new map. I need to get it up. I need to get a red one going. Yeah.
You do.
Doug said we can all nitpick, but the Super Bowl champs. Exactly, Doug. Same thing.
Hey,
man.
let me tell you what. Let's get used to picking last in this draft because it's going to happen again next year and the year after that.
Hopefully.
And the year after
says,
that.
I've been to Mr. Beast. I lived in the area for 10 years. There you go. So Mr. Beast has been around for a while. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we just discovered it like I don't know, a few months ago. We were driving through the area and we were like, let's try this place out. It's not too bad.
Yeah, Mike actually showed me what Mr. Beast was all about, and I think the next time we were near Bowling Green, I was like, dude, we got to hit up Mr. Beast. We got to go. So yeah,
for sure, man.
Good stuff.
Chris says members only stream coming soon, so sub and join us. 100% true. 100% true. We're getting ready to do a members only stream here soon. It doesn't matter what level you're at. We're going to invite everybody.
I got to fix that. Yeah, I think I accidentally screwed up when I made the memberships and the tiers. But yeah, everyone that's a member can be on the members only live streams, obviously. So
Zachariah
I'll get
Smith,
that fixed.
good to see you here, my man. And he's from Delaware. I know Delaware wasn't on the map. So now Delaware's on the map. I like it, man. That Northeast was getting tough to fill.
Zach doing the Lord's work, showing up from Delaware, baby. Getting us another tick on that map.
Brian says, hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button really quick. I know it's tough to find, but just try. And then, sorry, Steve. Welcome, Zach. Where were you going, Steve? My bad. I clicked off of it.
Oh, Missouri Sports Network says I can help you grow. I run an NFL podcast, and I'm also a very good editor. Hey, man, hit us up. allchiefedup@gmail.com. We'll see what will work out. Right now, we kind of do all the editing, everything ourselves. Eventually, if we grow, we'll probably need some help. So, yeah, hit us up, man. Whatever you're willing to do. Hey, whatever. We're down.
Oh. I need some water.
Stoney asked, you think we will still sign Jerick McKinnon? We talked about this a little bit earlier, Stoney. I do think that we will try to get him locked up now because we didn't really get a running back in the draft. I thought if we tried to target Deuce Vaughn or maybe earlier rounds like Tajay Spear or something like that, I thought maybe it was good riddance for Jerick McKinnon. But they did not do that. So I think they will try to get him back probably on another 1 year, which is probably not going to make Jerick very happy because I think he thinks he deserves more after the year he had last year. But let's be honest here. This is a business. This dude's getting older. He's got a long injury history. I don't think they're going to try to give him more than a 1 year deal. But I do think keep an eye on Jerry and Ely. I think they're trying to mold him into that next Jerick McKinnon. I could be wrong, but I think that's what they're doing. So keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I think McKinnon's got a good chance of coming back. I really do now. McKinnon dodged the proverbial bullet here this draft, I believe. If we could have got our hands on Deuce Vaughn, I think he may have been in trouble. Then again, he's not going to block the way McKinnon did. So who knows, man?
Well, that's the thing. You gotta mold that, right? Not everybody's just a natural good, blocking running back. Like you have to learn how to pick up these blitzes and know where these things are coming from. That's something that can be, ingrained into you. And I think that's what happened to Jerick McKinnon. It just comes with experience, right? I mean, he's 31 years old. He's been doing it a long time. So I mean, I think that Ely, if they give him that opportunity, I think he can grow into it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right. I'm trying to find some something about Rashee Rice here.
Here, I found a video from Bleacher Report. Can you guys see that? This is a little Deneric Prince. I'm not going to show a lot of it, muted it, but I'll let you guys watch him run a little bit.
So
this is off Bleacher Report.
The UDFA.
Yes. Dude, he's got a little bit of he's a bigger back. He's almost the same size as Kareem Hunt was. He puts up a lot. He's fast. I think the kid's got a chance. I had him actually with a 6th round grade, maybe even late round 5. He's just blowing by people out here. Like, I think he's okay. Obviously, my internet's probably freezing up a lot because that's how it rolls. But
yeah,
does he not kind of look like Kareem Hunt a little bit?
Hey, I'd be okay with a Kareem Hunt type, man. I think Kareem Hunt really screwed us along with himself in his career when he pulled all that crap, man. I mean, it wouldn't have took much just to tell the truth to Andy Reid and Clark Hunt and the guys. And man, I really wish things would have went differently with him, but it is what it is. Doug says would love to talk to you guys on Zoom. It would be a blast. Yeah. So if you guys are members, I think it's I can't remember if it's the Alex Smith level. I think we're actually going to do some Zoom calls, or it might be I don't know. Like I said, I got to fix all that. But yeah, we're going to do some Zoom calls. That way we can get face to face with some of you guys and get to know you a little better and have a good time, man. Chiefs Kingdom says, will the Chiefs consider keeping one extra wide receiver this season? I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for them to keep 7 on the roster, but they normally try to stay around that 6 mark.
If we decide to not take that fullback. We're under the impression
right.
that Andy's not going to take a fullback this year for the first time. He could decide to change that up. He could. So, yeah, you got a chance.
Yeah, there's still a chance for them to pick up a fullback, but I just don't think it's necessary.
Kipsy, Larry Johnson, and Deneric Prince. Dude, he's got something. There's something about Deneric Prince I liked. He was actually my 7th highest rated running back out of everybody I reviewed. I liked Deneric Prince, and the fact that he wasn't getting picked was crazy.
Let me tell you a little something about Larry Johnson. Just because he lost his mind and went a little crazy after the fact and he didn't do so well after that big contract, he might be one of the most underrated Chiefs running backs there have been. That guy was an absolute monster. Like, Larry Johnson was a beast.
Cam Jones. Okay, off the top of my head, is this the kid from Indiana? Because I've got about 320 players in my head. Cam Jones. I believe he might be from Indiana, Big Ten. He wasn't bad on
one
film.
Of the UDFAs.
He wasn't bad on film, from what I can remember. Did anybody pick
I wouldn't
Deuce
be surprised.
Vaughn, David?
Yeah, yes. So the story on that one is, so Deuce Vaughn's father actually is a scout for Dallas Cowboys, I believe. And we tried to trade to Dallas Cowboys, and I think it was I want to say it was around we took Keandre Coburn, like 6th. We tried to trade with Dallas and go up, and they refused, and then they sit there and drafted Deuce Vaughn. So he is a Dallas Cowboy along with his daddy now. So I don't know if the Chiefs were trying to go get him right there or not. But
what's the chances we tried to come up with Dallas twice? They rejected
and they took our player
twice. And they took the player we were going after twice, which means somebody in our room was leaking picks to Dallas. They had to have been.
Well, I mean,
didn't Dallas trade up? We give Dallas, and they didn't even return the favor for us.
Right. Dallas can go to hell. Like, that's what I think about it. I mean, Dallas, I don't think you deal with them no more, right? I mean, why would you?
Yeah.
And this kind of goes along with what Brian Parrott was preaching the whole time. Guys, we're on a plan B here in this draft. It looks like every pick is a plan B pick. Very well could have been, because you got people like Dallas who's not playing ball and kind of getting us in a tough situation. So that's just something that happens. That's just how it is, man. I mean, you can't expect everybody to play ball with you, especially if you're the Super Bowl champ.
I'm curious, Steve, throw up a poll. If Dallas would have traded with us, were we coming up to take Mozzie Smith, as was reported, or do you guys think we was coming up to take Anton Harrison before Jacksonville? I'm very curious. Were we coming up to get the last tackle on the board, Anton Harrison, or was we coming up to get Mozzie Smith, or add a third one? Can you add a third one? Or was it Dalton Kincaid? Some people think it was Dalton Kincaid. I think Brian Parrott thinks it might have been Dalton Kincaid. I'm just kind of curious what you guys are thinking about. I think it may have been for that tackle, man. Those tackles were on a huge run, and I think they knew Wanye in the third round was a possibility, but they were going to have to trade up. I didn't know if they wanted to do it, and I thought they would have traded up in the first and gotten Harrison, which is a much better prospect, to be honest.
I don't think it was Kincaid. I think Buffalo actually took Kincaid before Mozzie Smith, but I'm not for sure. I think so. I think they took Kincaid around 25, and we were trying to get to 26 or something like that. But I'm going to put him on there anyway.
Yeah, I'm not for sure. I'm trying to think. Dude, my brain is mush after this weekend, dude. So many names, so many player evaluations. It's been insane, dude. What's up, Ian? If D-Hop is cut, would we drop MVS to create cap relief to sign him? I don't think so. I don't think they will.
What was the question? I'm sorry. I was still doing the poll.
If they dropped, or if D-Hop is cut, would we drop MVS to get cap relief to sign D-Hop? I don't think they would trade D-Hop for MVS.
Sounds intriguing, but no, I don't think so.
I think we're too set in our ways, and I believe Andy would rather go into the season with a guy that knows the offense better, like MVS.
Right.
I mean,
he's younger. I think they're going to stick with MVS. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think they were blowing smoke when they said that he's going to be there.
Brenda says the UDFA from Missouri State is Ty Scott, by the way. Yep, Ty Scott.
Right, yeah.
Still not.
He looks intriguing.
I've not had a chance to really dig into any of the UDFAs just yet. Boy, we're inching close to that 100. So if you guys are new here, hit that sub button. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs by the end of the night. That's 2,000 people.
And if you haven't,
I'm joking.
If you haven't hit that like button yet, take 2 seconds, go hit that like button. It'll help us get out in the feed a little bit more. Get some more people in here.
Brian's back. He said Kincaid would have broken media servers. Clark would have been ecstatic. I think you're right, man.
I mean, Dalton Kincaid, he's like Travis Kelce level receiver, like tight end. Obviously, you can't say that completely, like I've said before, because Travis Kelce's the best tight end to ever play football. I mean, this is all there is to it. I don't care what metric you go by or what you think. If you're not a homer for Gronk or whoever, you realize that Travis Kelce's the best to ever play the game. I don't think that Dalton Kincaid is going to be that, but he has the same kind of a skill set. And if he got to be under Travis Kelce with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, likelihood of him being really good was high.
Yeah, for sure. Cobra Kai, what's up, man? Hey, Chiefs fam, hope everyone had a great day. We got more good picks. I'm a 2-time retired combat vet, medically retired, been knocked out on pain meds and muscle relaxers. A, thank you for your service. That's awesome. And B, knocked out on pain meds and muscle relaxers. Dude, I feel like I need to be.
Ty's been around for a while, too. He's a good one, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job today, to be honest. Scott says they were definitely looking at O-line. Harrison could have definitely been someone they were looking at. I think he was on the radar. I think so, too. But then again, I heard they really liked Mozzie Smith, and I think Coburn was the closest to Mozzie Smith. So again, was Coburn option B for Mozzie Smith?
Right. But the same with Harrison. Harrison was that left tackle that could play right tackle. The same way when they went and actually got one, and with Wanya Morris, he was a guy that was a left tackle before as well. So I think they like those swing guys that could do this or that, because you have to remember, Jawan Taylor, everybody's got high hopes for him, but it's an experiment. It's just like when we started with Orlando Brown Jr. Like, he's not a left tackle guy, so this year will be his first year on that left side, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Hopefully in our favor.
For sure. Kip says, do you know if Xavier Smith got picked up as a UDFA? Steve might have
I don't know. Let me check it out.
He could Google anyway. Chiefs Kingdom says Dalton Kincaid was selected by Buffalo in the first round, 25, and I think Dallas was 26.
Thought so.
So we would have missed out on
right
Dalton unless we tried to go higher. I'm sure Brett Veach was probably. I heard Brett Veach was calling around all day on Thursday. He was calling around on Wednesday. He was gauging about moving up, moving back. I heard that he even had a hypothetical situation with a team that if he moved up, would they be interested in moving back? So he's doing hypotheticals on picks he don't even have. So this guy's insane. Let's be honest.
Man, Xavier Smith. So he is the wide receiver from Florida A&M. I think he ran like a 4.3. Dude's blazing speed. I'm trying to find if anyone signed him as a UDFA.
Yep.
I haven't seen anything yet. Top undrafted free agents from 2023. He's still on top of the list, I think. Let me look. Wait, give me 1 second. Yeah, you keep going, Mike, and when I find it, I'll let you know. I'm scrolling through it right now.
Okay. Cobra Kai says back pain. It sucks, but still fortunate. Boy, if anybody knows about back pain,
Hey.
it's us, dude.
It's us, man. That's not only did we hear the Chiefs gene from our father, but we also got the crap back, man. Talk about back pain. I've had trouble this weekend, actually, like just sharp pain in my lower back. Just something tweaked a little bit, man.
Yep.
It's always scary when it gets to that point because you don't know when you're locking up.
Right.
You don't know when it's coming.
Chill. You need to get popped.
Yeah.
Grateful. Just happy to be a fellow Chiefs family. Thanks all. Yeah, for sure, man. It's always good to come on here and talk to you guys. The Saturday Night Live thing, man, these are crazy. You think we're gonna get sued by SNL? I don't know. If we
need a better name for our Saturday Night Live. We were talking about that. We need to name it. Maybe if you guys can throw some suggestions out there in the comments, we can do a poll and we can go ahead and name this bad boy today. That'd be cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Need something cool for it.
Yeah.
The all chiefed up Saturday Night Society. Something. I want it to be something a little mysterious, kind of like a Freemason event or something. Can we do something like that? I'm just kidding. You have to go through a ritual to be in here with us on Saturday nights.
The ritual? I don't know. Liddy, retired gunny, Chris, 82 to 2002. Liddy, you were a retired military.
Thanks for your service, Lenny.
That's awesome, man.
That's awesome.
Steve Smith was talking up Xavier Smith.
Yeah, this dude, I don't think he's signed with anybody yet. But he is a beast. 4.3 speed.
For sure. Chris is 98 to 2018, Lenny. Chris, were you in the military too, man? That's pretty cool.
Yes. Awesome. Thanks for your service, Chris. That's awesome. I didn't know that either. A lot of you guys in here. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, for real. Got a lot of
still nearing that
guys.
100 mark.
A lot of guys
right
that
there.
Aren't too sensitive and like to talk football, man. That's what we like.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You guys hit that like button, hit that share button. Don't be shy, man. Get in the chat. If you haven't said nothing to us before, get in here and talk, man. We're just a bunch of dudes talking about football over here.
Ain't and gals. We got some good
some gals. Some guys and gals.
Absolutely.
And no dumb questions, for real.
No, not at all.
We're just talking.
All right, let's check out this poll. I'm going to go ahead and end it. Let's see what it come out as here. 61% said we were going after Anton Harrison. 29% said we were going after Mozzie Smith, and only 9% said Dalton Kincaid, but I think that's because he went right one pick before that to Buffalo. So, yeah, Anton Harrison could have been the target there. Chris still handing out memberships. You are the man. Appreciate that. If you guys get a membership from Chris, make sure to thank him in the comments. Awesome work this guy does.
Yeah, he's killed it. Steven James says Saturday Night Special. Man, was that
Night
a song?
Special.
No,
I don't think so.
I'm thinking of something from Leonard Skinner. What are they have
you're thinking of the
Saturday
band
Night
38 Special or something like that, I think. Is that what they were called? They're a Southern rock band? I think that's what you're thinking of. I think that's what it was, Mike. Farquad says, have you seen that Antonio Brown wants to come back and play? Yeah, I saw where he posted a tweet where he was like in Baltimore Ravens uniform saying that he was coming back and like had everybody freaking out thinking that he was Baltimore was, really flipping it and getting Antonio Brown. So yeah, I don't know. The guy's just a loose cannon. He's out of control.
Yeah, I hear you. It's a wild one.
Randall, how do I get a membership? Randall, so if you go to our actual YouTube page, just go to our homepage there. It'll say join. Click that button, and it'll give you directions. Mike just put up a link. Make it easy for you
I
in the
think
comments.
that should work. Our website's been having problems. Steve's been on the customer support for like 2 days trying to get this figured out.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So try that. If it doesn't work, we'll get you in the right direction. Brian Perry.
I'm checking it out to see if that link works right now.
Brian, you were a field medic? You were in the military too?
Nice.
Thanks for your service, Brian. You're the man.
Thanks for your service, Brian.
Kip,
That's pretty cool, man. I didn't know
he
all
says
you guys
Leonard
were
Skinner.
veterans,
Yeah,
man.
Saturday night special. I told you.
The link
That was
does work,
awesome.
by the way, Mike. So yeah, click that link if you want to join, and go ahead and hit that up, man. So that's the easy route right there. Leonard Skinner was awesome, by the way. So if you guys, that's something you should do if you guys are bored sometime. There's actually a cool documentary about Leonard Skinner on Netflix. It was really good, man. You guys should check it out. It was cool stuff. Because as far as like old rock bands go, I love like Allman Brothers, Leonard Skinner, all that Southern rock. It's good. It's not like my cup of tea. It's not what I prefer to listen to on an everyday basis, but I do really like it.
For sure. Lenny with a
Lenny
20
with the
bomb.
20 bomb.
Sorry.
Mike taking it off the screen.
To offset the cost of Chris Wright gift cards. Nice.
You guys are amazing. Lenny, you're awesome. I think you keep saying you're half the man of Chris, but I think you might be working your way up to a 3/4. What do you think?
know.
You think he's a Chris yet?
It's for Chris to decide.
What do you think about it, Chris?
I think Chris is letting him in. Chris is letting him in.
Hey, the vets are holding it down, Chris. That's awesome too, man. I had no idea that there were so many of you guys were vets. That's amazing.
Yeah, for
We
sure. Kip
appreciate
says
you guys
thanks to
big
everybody
time.
who served. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so well, since you guys are all vets, you know exactly where we live at. I'm in walking distance to the Gold Vault in Fort Knox. So
baby.
yeah, you guys know exactly where I am.
Some of you guys may have
that's
been
pretty
stationed
cool.
here.
Possibly. A lot of people end up in Fort Knox.
Dude,
so.
a lot of people come through here. Radcliffe, man. That's where everybody, right there next to Fort Knox, because Fort Knox
That's
is a little
the humble
private
abode
community.
for old Steve here, right there beside it.
Yep.
And Mike's just up the road, so.
Yeah, I'm right up the road. Well, you probably won't know mine anyway. West Point. If it's in West Point, that's how it is, man. Kip says, doesn't Chris deserve a gold star? He probably
He does.
I don't know how to
If
give
I
him
could give him a
one.
gold star, I would get him one.
Dude, I hear you.
Man. He never did tell us, I don't think, unless I missed it in the chat. But how did last night work out for you? Was it a rough morning, or I know you were out at the bar having fun, Chris. So you didn't let us know.
Chris actually
Probably
called
beat me
Wanye.
here.
He called Wanye Moore's pick last night.
Absolutely,
Like, straight up.
he did. Chris
He's
Wright
like-
called
He was
straight up.
liquored up, and just nailed it. He was on top of it, man.
That's awesome.
Gary's thanking everybody for their service. Yeah, for real,
Same
man.
with
It's
Doug.
cool. It's cool that we
Yeah,
got
very
so many
cool.
veterans in the chat, dude. It's awesome.
Let me shut this. Did I shut? Yeah, I shut the poll down. Okay, I was just checking, make sure it wasn't still rolling.
We're shutting the poll down. So, Steve,
Polls are down.
what do you? I'm going to ask you. If you had to pick one of the picks today, besides Nick Jones, because there's not much out there for Nick Jones, which one was the most unimpressive for you? Was it B.J. Thompson? Is that what you would think, or Chamari? Because I think Keandre, we're both in agreement. I think he'll do good things here. I think he's athletic enough.
I believe they all have their purpose. I'm going to go with B.J. Thompson just because I think people are overreacting to B.J.'s athleticism. He's 26 years old. I think we could have got him in the 7th round. We traded up in the 5th to get him. I could be completely wrong there, by the way. Don't hold me to that. But I'm going to go with B.J. just because I think Chamari, they had a reason for him. I think that it's a safety blanket. Let's see if he works out and maybe takes that L'Jarius Sneed role. I'm not real sure what the B.J. Thompson pick is all about because I think we solidified up that edge rushing pretty good. But, I mean, depth is depth, right? I think the most unimpressive pick is the Nick Jones pick. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I think he was strictly drafted because I think that he will be a good special teams guy. So that's where I'm at with that.
Brian says his best friend served at Knox Armor, man.
Nice,
We'll get
right
back
up
to
the
Brenda.
road.
And then Brenda drops a 10
With the 10 bomb.
Brenda,
She said, thank you,
Thank
vets,
you.
for your service from a vet family. So, yeah, that's awesome, dude.
That is great. That is
Very, very
great.
cool. Thank you, Brenda. We appreciate that.
Yep. Let's go, Chiefs Kingdom says. Steven says,
go, baby.
Right is creating generational wealth and joy for the kingdom and ACU. Gonna be hard to outso Chris. That's true, man.
Yeah, man, he's doing an amazing job of helping us out.
Chris
Can't
says,
say
I
enough
was
about it.
ripping up some burritos at Fuzzy Tacos last night. Wanya just made sense. I was up on time, Steve. LOL. Yeah, Steve was not.
That's pretty bad, ain't it? I see. I did none of the above. I hung out with my daughter last night, so
Gary says he's a retired U.S. Army guy. Gary,
very nice.
thanks for your service, bro.
Thanks for your service,
Dude,
Gary.
a lot
That's
of
awesome.
good dudes in here, man, for real. Brian says his older brother was at Carson out by Chris W. NORAD was cool, especially we gonna shoot you now fits. Dude, we've got that here, dude. There's a lot of places right where I live.
We play at a golf course right over by the gold vault. Like if you get to the end of like hole, I think it's 2, you're literally standing 150 yards from the gold vault. And of course the fences are up there. They actually keep armed guards on top of that vault, man. We had a guy that took his rangefinder and looked towards the gold vault one time, and the guy actually waved at him like, "Hey, quit looking at me." So yeah, they it's pretty crazy right through there.
Yep. Night Hunter, what's up, man?
I am.
Steve is finally awake.
Sleepy Steve is right. I'm still tired, but I'm awake for now.
Oh
man, Ty with the 20 bomb.
With the 20 bomb. Thanks.
Nice. We
Gotta
appreciate
make
that,
some
man.
Arrangements to bring my computer in the cave so I can gift memberships. Also, can't do it through my iPhone. Yeah, I don't think they let you do it through the iPhone. I couldn't find it either the other day. I couldn't find it. It might have to be
Chris might know. I think Chris might know how to do it because he was out at the bar gifting them up like Oprah. Maybe he could figure it out. No, we appreciate that, man. That's awesome, Ty. Thank you very much.
Oh, Chris, he throws 40 out and he says, "We will keep Lenny at half for now." Dono's rock, keep them up. Yeah, dude, we appreciate this, guys. Like we worked so much this weekend, and a little bit of pizza money, a little whatever we want to spend it on. We won't say.
Yeah.
Hey,
it definitely helps.
You know what it's going for? It's going to be put right back into the channel, to be honest. That's exactly
absolutely
where it's going.
100%.
We pay so much just to be able to live stream to you guys. Do you guys know we have to pay $500 a year just to be able to live stream? It's insanity.
Not necessarily, but we want to do it right. We don't want to do it.
It's insane.
We're trying to do this thing right.
But yeah,
we put a lot of time and effort goes into this channel. No kidding. And we're still like Mike's working a full-time job right now. And it's a lot. So we appreciate you guys supporting us so much. It's amazing. You guys are great.
Farquaad says, "Chris, you're so competitive." LOL. This is competitive.
He is. Who called him the CEO last night? Somebody said Chris is the CEO. I think he's earning the title.
Yeah, he is, man. If we have a stock, this guy's going to have the majority stockholder if we ever get put on Wall Street.
Absolutely. What's Night Hunter telling me, Steve? Steve, look at it like this. If we didn't harass you, we wouldn't be here because we just didn't like you. Hey, so it's okay. Y'all had to harass me awake today. I figured out what happened. So I got an iPhone. I went and got the new one, and I had actually swapped to Samsung on the last round. I had been on Samsung for a minute, so I'd been off of iPhone. Well, I had my little notification little button pushed to silent, and apparently your alarm doesn't go off if you have that on silent. It wasn't like that on Samsung, so I think that's what the mistake I made last night.
Yeah. Lenny says, "At Chris, I'm not half-stepping today. Give Brenda a gift card." Yeah, I wish you could do it. I mean, I wish I could figure out how to just do it, but I tell you. Doug says, "Steve did all the work and Big Mike just kicked back." LOL.
That's exactly what happened, I think. I think that's what happened.
That's what happened this morning, too. Steve was kicked back for sure.
Dude, Lenny with the 40 bomb.
Lenny, what?
Lenny, you're amazing, dude. That's awesome.
Lenny and Chris,
we appreciate
you. Oh, no.
These two.
Sam, what's up, Sam? Good to see you here. I haven't seen you before. Who will
starting
be
right
starting
tackle?
Right tackle?
Good question.
Sam,
if I had to
from
guess,
Texas? I see the Rangers logo. Are you from Texas, or are you just?
We had another Texas.
You from Kansas City though, and you just don't want to claim the Royals, man. They're hurting right now. I believe.
Good grief, man. I wouldn't blame them at this point.
Starting right tackle. I do believe.
Total guess right now. Wanya Morris.
Let's do it. We kind of said that last year though with Kennard. Kennard couldn't pull it off. But I
That's
think
true.
I
But
think Wanya
they
is
took
a little
Wanya in the
better.
third round here. They took him in the third round. I don't know, man. I would love to see Kennard compete and get that spot this year. I would love to see our boy Darian starting at right tackle. I think he's got it in him. You go back and watch his tape at Kentucky. The dude was an oak tree. He didn't let people get to Will Levis. He didn't. And I don't think he'd let people get to Patrick Mahomes either. But he's had to have that, like he said when he was on here the other night on our live stream, he actually said that leap from college to the NFL, it's a huge leap. And it takes some time. There's a big learning curve. So I think he's doing it right. They're taking it slow with him. And I think that he can get in there, man. So I'm really hoping to see him, to be quite honest.
Right. There's a lot of good – dude, Prince Tega has a chance. A lot of these, they really like some of these guys. So we'll see, man. It's a shot in the dark.
Right. Chris Wright says, I have a Droid, not sure on the iPhone, so he don't know how to gift memberships on the iPhone. So, yeah, I don't know. They might not offer it on iPhone. I'm not for sure. If somebody figures it out, they will let us all know, though.
iPhone seems like YouTube. They just don't want to be very helpful. Oh, Reach got the he got the membership from Chris. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate
Very nice.
you, brother. Reach got a membership. That's awesome, Chris. Appreciate it, man. Reach, good to have you here, man. We're all gonna have a good one back when we do this members only live. What are we gonna talk about in the members only thing? What do you guys want to talk about? We gonna talk about just something stupid? Like
it's got to be secret
curious
because you guys are not members. You don't need to know what we're talking about. It's
that's
like
true.
classified information.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with something to talk.
I learned
about,
a lot.
man.
I learned a lot in my days living right up the road from old Fort Knox here. Greg Coleman with the 50 bomb. Greg, awesome. We
Greg,
appreciate you, bro. That is awesome.
Greg, you're the man, dude. That's awesome.
Heck yeah. He says we're doing good, Mike. We're doing good. So we got Greg's approval, and that means something, obviously. So, man, we appreciate that, Greg. Big time. Thank you. Thank you.
Dude, yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot.
We're going to do our best to keep it up, man.
You
We're going
know,
to keep grinding.
when Greg throws out a 50 bomb or somebody throws out even, I mean, you can throw out $2. It doesn't matter. To us, that just shows appreciation. And on days when, when I'm watching the 50th person of film and I'm writing it down, my little notes, look at all my notes I take. You all think I'm lying. These are like nothing but notes off players. I literally write these down. I hand do it. We go through so much film and I get tired and then I'm like, you know what? Somebody's going to drop $2.99 in the chat today and I'm going to tell them something they didn't know and I'm doing it for you guys. So that's why we do it. Like, seriously, man, we just love to talk to Chiefs. Chiefs football.
I like this from Lenny. At Chris Wright, who's this Greg Coleman guy? Oh. Hey, I'll tell you who he is. He's going to join you guys. He's going to join forces with you guys. He's the newest member to the All Chiefed Up Society, I think. I think that's what's going on here. Hey, Greg said, let's freaking go, Chris.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Doug says it was so insane with the reaching of this draft. Dude,
Very much so.
It started at pick 10. And
it wasn't just the Chiefs.
No,
it was all through the league.
It started with Darnell Wright. It started with Jahmyr Gibbs. It started with Emmanuel Forbes, Jack Campbell. You name it. From round one, it was reach, and they did not let up. Like, everybody reached. So, Veach didn't reach by himself. Hey,
he wasn't the only one.
Let's do should we do a new T-shirt that says "Veach don't reach"?
Veach don't reach.
That kind of has a little sexual innuendo to it. I don't know if we should do that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Veach
but either way,
reach.
Honestly, I said this earlier, but I just want to reiterate this, guys. I honestly think that what happened here, as far as the Chiefs go, I think that they thought this draft class was super weak. I don't think they liked a lot of guys in it. I think the guys that they did like, they made for certain that they got the ones that they did like. Whether it was trading up and taking them a little too early, they wanted to make sure they got their hands on the few that they actually liked from this draft. So even though it don't look all that great to you or don't look all that flashy, I'm thinking that Felix, Rashee Rice, Wanya Morris, Chamari Connor, BJ Thompson, Keandre Coburn, and Nick Jones were guys that they wanted. Now, like Brian keeps saying, he thinks they could have been on a plan B. That's a possibility as well, but I still think every guy that they drafted was on their radar. I don't think they had to actually reach and get somebody they weren't thinking about. I don't think that ever happened.
No, it's obviously a tier list. I mean, it's a tier
Yeah.
list. We all know. But I think what happened is those guys at the very beginning, boom, 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 and then they said, look, we can't get Anton Harrison. We're not missing out on Wanye Morris. We got to get him, so they went up and took him. With the wide receiver, I don't think they cared. I don't think they thought somebody was coming to get Rashee Rice. I just think they went and got him because Mahomes wanted him. And then when it comes to the other guys late, it's possible they just, hey, this is our guy. This is who we want, and there's nobody else here. That's who we're taking.
Right. Hey, good night, Greg. Thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for becoming the new member. And also thanks for that dono, man. You're amazing. We hope to see you back over and over again, guys. We're trying to build this community up
awesome.
with good people.
Jake says, thanks for the work. Good to see you, Jake. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
awesome to have you here. Stephen James with the 2. I like it. He said, all right, everyone, $2 per note then.
Hey,
man, Stephen James, I just got to throw this out there. Your sense of humor, it's awesome, okay? Like a lot of people, I feel like you probably go over a lot of people's heads out there in the world, but not mine. I think you're hilarious, bro.
Yeah. Stephen also sent me some Eagles tears in the mail, man. Some Eagles tears. I'm going to have to redo my bottle, scratch that out, and put a little Georgia logo on there, I think. After the draft this weekend.
Hey, Steven, I just want to let you know that he still hasn't gave me mine.
I haven't
He's holding out.
Well, I seen you today. I could have gave it to you. I'm sorry.
He's holding out on me. I think he wants another sip of that curdled milk, so he hasn't gave me my bottle yet.
Kevin, what's up, brother? Kevin Rivas. Hey, y'all, long-time viewer, first-time poster. Love your show. Dude, thanks for posting. That's awesome, dude.
Nice.
Talk with us in the chat, man. We love it.
Absolutely. Great people here. Yeah, if you guys are like Kevin, you've been watching for a while, go ahead and get in the chat, man. Great people in the chat. It's awesome. Building a good community. So, yeah, hey, I'm glad that you did it, man. But thanks for watching. Thanks for being around.
Broad F. Jord. Is it Fjord? I don't know. But see
Broad
you guys
F.
again.
Jord.
The Eagles. See you guys again. Are you an Eagles fan and you're saying you want to see
I think
us
so.
again?
I think so. Hey, if you're an Eagles fan, I want to know what you think about them just literally drafting nothing but Georgia players. Like, is it because is it smart, or is it just that you think maybe they just don't want to put that much work into the draft and they don't want to they don't feel like checking these players out, so they're like, hey, Georgia's good. I mean, Georgia won.
I think it's
I know
smart.
It's more than that, but you do get that.
Yeah, you keep those guys together, man. Some of these guys have been together 3 and 4 years, and now they're just bringing that culture over, man.
It's an interesting strategy. You don't see it very often, but I was thinking about that earlier. Like, these guys have played together already for years, and they're going to continue to play with each other at the next level and learn together and things. So, not a bad strategy, but it's definitely something a little different. I don't think I remember another team doing such a thing in a long time. So, if you all do, correct me in the chat.
I hear you. Night Hunter said it was Trade Central. Dude, did it not feel like there was so many trades in the draft this year? It was insanity, dude.
Yes, sir. It was nonstop, man. It was hard to keep up with. You were doing a really good job. I know I was giving you crap, but you were doing a good job keeping up with it and keeping us ahead of most people. That was awesome. So I appreciate you for that, Mike, and I think the chat does too. I think give Mike the little clapping emoji down there, baby, or a little LFG if you're a member. Mike did a good job, man, and yeah, and this was the first time that we covered the drafts live. Pretty much the first time we covered anything live. So we didn't have all the little fancy graphics and stuff for you like some other channels did, but the work was getting done, and you were getting the picks a lot faster on this one. So I will say that. So kudos to you, Michael.
The entire wide receiver class fell in this draft class. That's true,
man.
But when they started, it was a run.
Well, I mean, it was kind of projected that way. Right before the draft out of NFL, people were out there saying, hey, we don't know if any of these guys are worth a first round pick. But then when you saw somebody actually go ahead and take one in the first round, everybody's like, oh crap, okay, we got to go ahead and get our guy. It kind of went on a little streak there.
Well, we all kind of knew. We kind of knew the Chargers were going to take a wide receiver. We had the Ravens pegged on Zay Flowers, so we knew that was coming. Yeah, it was just, we kind of knew it was going. I think we even kind of had Addison going to the Seahawks. Is that where he ended up going? Pretty sure. Yeah, it's crazy.
No, I can't remember. I don't think it was the Seahawks. The Seahawks did that thing where they took a bunch of running backs again. They love running backs because they just drafted Kenneth Walker Jr. last year in the first round, and then they drafted 2 more this year. Right. So I thought that was odd.
Cole, what's up, man? He says, do you guys think the Chiefs reached with the Felix and Udike Uzoma selection.
No.
I don't think so.
Honestly, I mean, our big board had Felix and Udike Uzoma written beside pick 31. So I mean, that is exactly where we thought he should be at as far as best, like, just big board in the entire draft. He was the 31st best player on our board, and we got him at pick 31. He filled a need. I think it was an excellent pick. And he's a hometown boy. He's been a Chiefs fan since he was a kid. He's going to have heart into it. This guy's going to play, man. It's going to be fun to watch.
I would say if Brent Veach would have traded out of the first round, picked up a couple picks and moved back 4 or 5, he may have been there 4 or 5 picks later. Maybe. But I just don't think Brent Veach wanted any more picks. They didn't like the players in this draft enough to accumulate picks, so they might as well just sit there. That's what I think happened, and they took their guy. So Kip says, I'm happy with the draft, man. I don't know what I'm going to be looking at besides all the mock drafts on YouTube. That's the same. We're getting ready to hit that big dead period. For us, it was season. It was Super Bowl coverage. Then it was a little bit of that free agency frenzy. And then we were like, we're going to get into the draft. And then once the draft, we're going to talk about the players here for a week or so. We're probably going to get in and do a player profile for each.
Yeah.
And,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but we are going to do that. If you guys want to know more about these players, if you don't feel like digging it up, just go ahead. We're going to have videos coming out on each player. We'll give you the whole scoop. So, yeah. But I was just going to say OTAs will be hitting us before you know it. I mean, it's like the NFL's done a really good job of making their product a year-round thing, haven't they?
For sure. Cobra says, hey, Mike, Steve, Chiefs fam, I live in Kansas next to High V. I know it's hard to get some of the special stuff like Kelsey Crunch and stuff when you're out of state. If you need something, I can grab stuff. That's awesome. We'll definitely hit
Absolutely,
you up with some
dude.
of that stuff.
We appreciate that. I have some of it. I have a Kelsey Crunch. You can kind of see it in the background. Hold on.
I have one right here.
Where am I pointing finger? Right there. There's a Kelsey Crunch.
I got a Mahomes Crunch. Check this out. I want to tell you guys a nice little fun story. I got a Mahomes Crunch. I paid $35 for that thing on eBay. It come to my house. They had smashed the box. So I'm like, no, nay, says Mike. So I'm like, send me another one, brother. I paid $40 for that thing. So they send it back. It's perfect, pristine condition. I put it on the shelf, and my dog knocks it in the floor, and I'll be danged, in 10 minutes, there was like, I don't know, like somehow the box got like stepped on or touched, or I don't even know, but it ruined it. So I tell you, man, bad luck.
Had a rough time with the Mahomes Crunch.
Straight up, dude. Straight up.
Doug says he felt like the Eagles had 1 billion picks. Yeah, they were moving up and down the boards as well. They had a lot of picks, and a lot of Georgia players were out there. So it is what it is.
Had to get those picks in, man. Jacob says they recorded over 40 trades in the draft. Boy, you could tell.
Good grief, dude. That's insane to think about.
When we logged on today at noon, when the draft kicked off, and we started round 4, I believe. Was that what it was? Round 4? It took 2 hours to get to round 5, man. It was like...
No, round 3, Mike.
Okay, so it
4?
No, it was round 1, round 2, and 3, and today started 4. So, yeah, it took 2 hours to get to round 5. It was insanity, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that because I was sleeping. That's why I was confused.
Reach says, wasn't there only one trade player for pick? Maybe. Yeah, I think so. I don't even know if they got a pick out of
DeAndre Swift.
Did they get a pick?
The Eagles actually got DeAndre Swift as well, who was he a Georgia Bulldog as well?
Yes.
Good grief, what are they doing? Ignorant stuff.
Sam says trade for Hopkins, sign for Julio. I don't think we're going to trade at this point. I think it's over. And Julio, I don't know, man. They'd have to take some big old pay cuts.
Julio's washed. I hate to say it, man. Julio was an absolute beast, but I think he's washed.
If I had to pick A or B, or I would be like punched in the face 1,000 times, I would go ahead and say trade for Julio. But Arizona's not going to give him up for what I'd want to trade for him for, so probably not going to happen. Kip says, I have never seen so much draft content ever before this year. Dude, they're making the draft a spectacle, especially with it being in Kansas City, us being Chiefs creators, all the Chiefs creators. This was big. So this is, it was insane.
Man, you have to think, the crazy thing about the draft is like way back in the day, it was like Mel Kiper, in a room somewhere. Like No one really cared about it. And somehow him just being a draft dude, just all over it and loving it, somehow he grew this. Pretty much he's almost solely responsible for growing this thing to the spectacle it is today. But yeah, people love it now.
That's true. Do y'all remember when Mel Kiper was in a knockdown drag out fight with the Colts GM, and they were like telling each other they were stupid right on TV, and they almost fought, dude. It was insane. That's when the draft got really, man. People started. It's a show, man. The NFL's just turned it into a 365 day a year show.
Lego in the house, man. Do you have to work today? You waffled out, bro? Let us know.
He could be.
Hopefully you didn't. I hope you were off.
Casey, what's up, Casey? So do you
Come on, Casey.
as a team, we are better now than we were last year? If so, how much of an improvement?
Very good question. I like that.
That's a tough question.
I haven't thought about that a whole lot, but I'm thinking last year after the draft, we were in pretty good position. Last year was such a good draft. I think that's what made this year seem a little underwhelming because last year was just a killer draft by Veach. You know?
I agree.
I'll tell you what, I think we're a better team. And the reason why is because the only things that we've really lost is Juju. And of course, I think Sky Moore is going to seamlessly take over that role. And then also Frank Clark. But what have we done since Frank Clark? We signed Charles Omenihu. And then we turn around, we get Felix Anudiko-Zoma and B.J. Thompson in the draft. So we're getting depth at that position. We got George Karlaftis coming off a really good rookie year. I think he's going to have an even better second year. So I think that we're a little bit better this year than we were last year. Because also you got to think.
Don't forget Drew Tranquil signing. I think that's a big signing right there.
Kadarius Toney during the season. We didn't have Kadarius Toney last year. And now we have these guys and Sky Moore and MVS, and people have more time under their belt with Patrick Mahomes better. They know the offense better. I think we're definitely better than we were last year. And I think the Chiefs are going to take this thing home again next year, baby. I can't wait.
For sure, man. Edwin says an F. Is that our draft grade, Edwin?
What's going on, Edwin?
Edwin? Are you a troll, Edwin?
Man, there's a lot of people that are not happy with the draft. That's for sure. So I mean, if that's your your opinion on it, totally fine with it. I mean, I'm not like over the hills ecstatic about the draft. I think they did a decent job, but I mean, Chris, I could see why people are not happy.
Hey, Chris says the NFL schedule release May 12th. So there you go. Should we do a live May 12th 8 p.m. release? That'd be kind of fun. I don't know. It depends.
Man, you know the Chiefs are going to get the freaking book thrown at them. You know that, dude.
The gauntlet.
Every time, bro. Last year's was insane. The first team to ever have to play the first 8 games against teams that had winning records the year before. First team in NFL history to do that last year.
Missouri says, I posted my Nick Jones highlights vid. Okay.
Nice.
He said it. Everybody go watch that for him. That's cool. Let's see.
Check that one out. I'll have to watch it. I gotta see what he's about.
Brian says, do 5, 6, and 7 bring any pass rush skill? It seems to be this year's theme, padding the blitz. Yeah, I don't know how Chamari Connor actually blitzes. I haven't seen much of him blitzing, but I do know he can blow things up in the backfield. Coburn?
I need to get up. I mean, I know very little about him.
Connor's round 4, so B.J. Thompson will be 5. So Thompson, Coburn, Nick Jones is probably not blitzing too much. But I think Coburn can get after the quarterback. I really do. Go find some stuff with Coburn. I really do think he can get after it, man.
B.J. Thompson, he can too. He's got the speed. So, I mean, we'll see. We got Kevin Revis with the 10 bomb. We appreciate that, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Glad to have you here. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome. Or is this, let's see. Somebody else did too. We got Jack Green with a 150 bomb.
Jack, thanks,
Appreciate you, Jack. Jack's an OG. He's been around for a while. Jack, if I'm not mistaken, you're the dude that's seen all of the Chiefs in its entirety, correct? I think Jack said he was 72 years old. He's been a Chiefs fan the whole time, dude. He's seen it all. That's amazing.
Awesome.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yep. Okay, so Brent says a lot of picks were already in. They were just wasting time. Dude, that's all they do. They just make it a show. It really does. The Panthers, pick number 1. It was reported that the Panthers, everybody knew it was Bryce Young, and the Panthers and the NFL were instructed to hold that out the entire time to build the audience. So we wasted 20 minutes when the draft kicked off, and we already knew who they were going to do. So it's just the way it is, man.
Man.
Cobra Kai says, I got 50 boxes and one complete sealed set of Mahomes Crunch. I'll DM you guys on Twitter. I can hook you up. Mine are sealed in tubs and nice.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Dude, I don't have a Mahomes Crunch, so I would appreciate that big time, Ty. That'd be awesome. You're the man. Mike actually has a P.O. box. Is that all you got posted?
Yeah. It's in our descriptions. So find a video. It's in the descriptions. Or if you just message us all chiefed up, I'll send you a however we want to send it.
Physical address.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah,
too.
don't matter. Night Hunter says last year was a major retool year. This year was more. We can take guys. We can work on them, let them play. Yeah, so I think so too. I think that last year was a retooling year, and really they kind of did that this year too, just kind of hitting, the spots they had to fill, which is a common thing to do in the draft. But I feel like last year they were completely retooling the DBs. I mean, that was obvious. And isn't it amazing that after last year, taking DB after DB after DB, that we took 7 picks in this year's draft and 2 of them were corners? Is that amazing to you?
Do y'all hear this?
What are you doing? That's what Mike thinks about it. What is that weird music you're playing?
I played an awesome rock and roll sound. I just wanted everybody to hear about it. Dude. Chiefs Live. Chiefs Live's here. How are we feeling about the draft? Chiefs Live, we've been talking about the draft for so long, our heads are about to explode. I think we're all, as a community here, as an all chiefed up community, we're going to say that it was a very serviceable draft. Can we agree? I think it did what it needed to do. That's what I'll say. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't sexy. It wasn't great. But it was serviceable. Would the Chiefs have liked it to be a little more, a little more oomph in it? I think so, being at home, but I just don't think the boards fell right. I just don't. I don't think it was a good draft to host. Let's be honest. If we'd have helped last year's draft and pulled off last year's draft at home, Kansas City would have been insane. Greg with the 20 bomb.
Greg with the 20 bomb, baby. Greg, you're awesome, dude.
Greg says, wouldn't surprise me one bit if we saw a repeat of Chiefs Eagles. Yeah, man. I think you meant to say Chiefs, Chiefs Bulldogs. But yeah.
Kansas City versus Georgia. But no, I could see it too. The Eagles, like, a lot of teams have that Super Bowl hangover and they don't really do much after they lose the Super Bowl. But I don't think they're going to have that problem. I think they're going to be kind of like the Bengals were this last year. They're still going to be pretty competitive. And they're putting pieces in place, man. They're going balls to the wall. They're going for it. So, I mean, we're going to have to be on our A game. If we want to keep that Lombardi.
I agree.
We appreciate you, Greg, though. That's 2 big donuts. We appreciate that, man. You're awesome.
For sure, man.
Reach says, I get everyone has their opinion, but honestly, we don't know what they do, so I can't be mad at who they draft. That's a really good point, Reach. I was saying that earlier. The way they grade players and their big boards probably look a lot different than, say, ours does, or even ESPN, Mel Kiper, all of them. PFF even. Everybody's big board's going to be a little different. And these guys have their ear to the ground way more than we do. They know what's going on inside their own business, right? They're part of it. So they know when these guys might come off the board. So I don't think we can say they're reaching on stuff. And it looks like, to us, it is. Like B.J. Thompson, I thought he was a 7th rounder. We actually had him picked to go to the Kansas City Chiefs at pick 250 in our first mock draft in 1.0. But I would have never thought they would get him in the 5th round on trade up. So it looks like a reach, but at the same time, maybe they knew, like, this is our guy, and if we don't get him now, somebody's going to grab him. So it is what it is. I think you're right about it. You can't get mad about it. You have to, everybody says in Beach we trust, right? You do have to trust him a little bit because he's gave you no reason not to so far. Brett Beach has gave you some Lombardis is what he's done.
Kevin says, was holding out hope for Deuce Vaughn, but the Cowboys run that. His dad is a player scout for Dallas, so
yeah,
I thought it was between Dallas and KC as who was going to get him.
Man, and I read that the Chiefs tried to get that pick. They tried to go up and get that Dallas pick, and Dallas would not play ball and then sat there and took Deuce. So
Right.
is what it is, man.
Gary says, Mike and Steve, I'm a diehard Royals Chiefs fan for life, and in '80, I become a Rangers fan, and NBA
Nice.
and college basketball is absolutely horrible now. Dude, we kind of agree. NBA is getting unbearable to watch.
I'm going to agree with all of this, right? So the Royals and the Chiefs, of course. And then he says he's a New York Rangers fan. We never really got into hockey that much. We were not from the North, So I've always been intrigued by it, but I just never put the time into it. But Nashville has the Predators down here. I like to watch them. I think they're fun to watch. And we've actually discussed, hey, going out and checking out some games, man. Getting into it a little bit. So that's cool. And NBA and college basketball suck now. You're right. I think that the transfer portal absolutely destroyed college basketball. It's not all that good anymore.
It's going to get football too. Cole says serviceable is a perfect description. I think so.
Yeah. It's fair. It's a fair description.
Night Hunter said it was a good drafted that addressed needs and a couple prospects. Agree. I think we did what we had to do. It's tough to pick at the end of every round and get, we can't get those flashy top 10 picks that are going to get you the high draft grades. You just can't do it. Chris with another 20, man. We appreciate you.
Chris for the 20 bomb, baby.
Felix and Udike Uzama comp to Melvin Ingram. Hey,
I can see it a little.
I'll take it.
I can see it. That's a pretty good comp, actually.
Chamari comp Mike Huff. What do you think? Chamari.
I do like the Melvin Ingram crop.
I had Chamari actually comp to. Do you remember the guy that come out of? It was the safety that come out of Illinois last year. What was his name? No, it was Syracuse. Kirby Joseph, I think, last year. Do you guys remember Kirby Joseph? I had him comp to Kirby Joseph. Kirby Joseph, I think, went round 3 last year, and I had Chamari comped about round 5.5 to 6. So he was somewhere in that range. I thought Kirby Joseph's obviously a little better, but that's who I seen. I thought they had pretty good athleticism together. I do think Chamari just needs to tackle a little better. That's what I'm going to say. I think, but he can drill you. Like I said, he just hit sticks everybody. Right. So it's one of those kind of things. I
do really like that Melvin Ingram comp to Felix. So I think that's a good one, actually. Never really thought about it.
Yep. He said, what's ever easier? I'm not a stalker, nor will I give out any of your personal info. Yeah, we totally trust you, man. Just hit us up at
we're good.
Send us an email to allchiefedup@gmail.com. Chris threw it up on the screen earlier. It's in all of our stuff. Just throw us an email, and I'll get back to you on where you can send something if you want to send it. We greatly appreciate anything you guys want to send us. Steven. Oh, Jack with a super sticker here. Jack, what's up, man? $2. Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, Jack. We appreciate that.
For sure. Steven says, ACU, the pack of diehards. It's for sure, man. Steven done sent us some Eagle Tears last week. The milk. Yeah. Did you guys see me drink the clabbered milk, man? That stuff was yogurt, straight up. Steven sent it. The post office didn't give it to me, and it sat at the post office for 4.5, 5 days. I drank it anyways. I wanted to try it. Why not? William, what's up, brother? He says, any thoughts on the 20 UDFAs and rookie invites that have been announced so far? My favorite one by far is the Tulsa running back, Deneric Prince. I had him mocked. I didn't have him mocked to the Chiefs. I had him at about a 5th round grade. I thought he could possibly have gotten the 4th, late 4th. He didn't even get picked. Kind of strange. I think he's got potential, man. Somebody in the we were showing some highlights earlier. Somebody actually said he looked like Larry Johnson, which is kind of sick, man. I think he can be good. The other guys, I haven't got to dig in much on them, so did not. Jack says, hey, I like ours. I thought you guys did a hell of a job. I appreciate it, Jack. God, it was a long weekend for real.
Hey, I think you did a good job, man. I tried to help as much as I could, but Mike likes to really dig into this stuff, so he just kind of going to take it over regardless. But
yeah, I'm going to probably, I would say by June or July, I'm going to start mocking for next year. Think about that.
Go ahead and get ahead of the game.
I'll be looking at players and doing an initial write-up on all these guys. That way when college football starts, I can follow them. And it's year-round. It never ends. And I don't get paid. And nor probably should I if you've seen my draft board.
Well, a lot of Chiefs Kingdom out there when they think they want to learn about draft picks and stuff like that. I think their brain goes straight to, say, RGR, because those guys, they do a good job as well. And I'm not down in what they do. They do a really good job. They put a lot of work into it. But Mike is right there with them, toe-to-toe. He does the same stuff. and he does a really good job, and he's really good at picking, who the Chiefs might be into because, I mean, this year on our mock draft 1.0, we had them taking Felix Anudike-Uzomah and B.J. Thompson, and 2.0 we had them taking Rashee Rice in the second round. So he's always right on the tail of this, and last season he actually predicted 3 of the picks there: George Karlaftis, Sky Moore, and Josh Williams. So, I mean, Mike does a good job. So, I appreciate you, Mike. It's cool. I throw my 2 cents in and try to help out when I can, but
Yeah.
Steve, he's got the draft on lock.
Steve, I've always been a draft guy. Steve just doesn't have as much time to dig into me. He's got a lot of kids. he just don't get.
I do a lot of the editing for our videos
he does
and
editing
stuff.
and stuff, but he doesn't have a lot of extra time to. Just
We try to
sit
split
around
up the
and watch.
workload pretty decent to where neither of us get burned out, So we try to level it out. So
Yep. Jack
give and
says,
take.
I like the Rice draft. What do you guys think in the chat? Let Jack know, man. Do you guys like the how
I'm gonna
about
put
Steve?
a poll up.
Put up a poll.
I'm gonna
Steve.
put a poll
Why-
up for
Why
Jack.
don't you start with number 1? Go through Felix. Let's get a poll for Felix on a grade. Let's give a grade for every draft and let the people give their thoughts on each individual pick. I'm kind of curious. I don't know if we did a Felix one on night 1. I don't know if we did that individually, but I am kind of curious. I was on Facebook reading earlier, and a lot of people on Facebook didn't like Felix Anudike-Uzomah. They didn't think that was a good pick.
Man, because it wasn't a flashy wide receiver right there, right?
Yeah.
That's all it was.
A lot of people.
They're gonna hate on him just for that.
Kevin
So I got the
says,
poll
who-
up for Felix.
Okay, sweet. Top UDAs y'all want. We put out a list of 10 that we had our eyes on. I don't know if Steve's got those wrote down anywhere.
Our website was being weird. Remember, I couldn't pull it up.
Right.
But
We put
well,
out a
actually,
list
you know
of
what? I
10.
do have. I think I have it in my phone. If you give me a second,
Okay.
let me find that.
Yeah, we had a list of people to watch for. That was
I
before
don't
the
know
draft.
if any of them hit on our UDFAs though. I feel like Brett Veach went
That's
really off
who-
script on these UDFAs.
Well, these are guys we wanted them to look at. So, yeah, Veach, he went kind of wild on the UDFAs. Yeah, here it is, guys. If you guys want to contact us, if you want to send us anything, if you want to hit us up about maybe becoming a chat moderator or somebody that wants to help us promote on Facebook, Twitter, anywhere to help us grow, send us an email right there. We'll talk to you. We'll get back with you. Anything you guys need. Yeah, that's what we do.
So the 10 UDFAs that we thought they would look at, and obviously some of these guys ended up getting drafted, but we thought they'd be UDFAs. Is Cooper Hodges, offensive lineman from Appalachian State, which I think we actually looked at another Appalachian State offensive lineman that wasn't Cooper Hodges. I think he got drafted, actually. Jarek Reed, the second safety from New Mexico, he got drafted to the Seattle Seahawks. The only other team to visit with him was Seattle, besides the Chiefs, and they ended up snagging him. Offensive tackle Trevor Reed from Louisville. DeJuan Johnson, defensive lineman from Toledo. Truman Jones, defensive end from Harvard. Jaden Hazelwood, wide receiver from Arkansas. John Ojukwu, offensive tackle from Boise State. Alex Cook, safety from Washington. Akina Nnichukwu, I can't say that guy's name for nothing.
From
Defensive
Rice.
end from Rice. And then lastly, Earl Bostick Jr., offensive lineman from Kansas. So that's the ones that we thought they'd take a look at. But
Did Lonnie Phelps get drafted? Does anybody know that? Because I kind of went
don't
and
know.
had Mexican food, and when I left, he hadn't been drafted yet. I'm kind of curious. Did Lonnie Phelps get
Lonnie
drafted?
Phelps.
I mean, he's an undersized guy, but that
Hey,
dude's got a motor.
I'm just going to throw this out there real quick. Fun fact. One of my best friends in like first, second, third, fourth grade, his name was Joey Phelps. His dad's name was Lonnie Phelps. So every time I hear Lonnie Phelps, that's what I think of, man. I just get I get an image of that guy in my head. Like, man, he don't look like a football player.
Right. Kip says, Felix reminds me of Tamba Hali and Jared Allen. What do y'all think? Yeah, man. Do y'all remember when Jared Allen got drafted? Like, people were freaking out. They didn't even know Jared Allen.
Lonnie
then.
Phelps. Lonnie Phelps went undrafted, but has reportedly signed with the Cleveland Browns.
Now, I'm kind of curious. See, that's one thing that Veach, to me, is kind of weird. So, look, they do scouts. This is a little insider knowledge. They do a little draft. They do draft scouts. So you pick certain scouts to certain areas so they don't have to travel so much. They're not going to send people from KC down to Florida one weekend and Washington the next. So they'll kind of have their little regional scouts. The regional scouts in Kansas that will cover Iowa and Kansas and Nebraska and Oklahoma and all those games, it seems like the only ones that they'll draft from is the Oklahoma side. Like, we don't hardly touch. We did get K-State this time. I do give you that. But yeah, we don't tend to do that. Jarek Reed, on the other hand, regional scouts for Seattle's close right there with New Mexico. They'll hit that West Coast up. They're probably
We
at
got some
every
Mizzou
game.
guys in.
Yeah, yeah, but it's just one of those things after the fact. Like, I kind of thought Earl Bostick, Lonnie Phelps, some of those teams would get we'd reach out to them, but I guess not. Chris says, spoiler alert, Mike, Caleb Williams, #1 pick next year. I fight with Caleb Williams, with his comp. Everybody says they comp him to Patrick Mahomes. I mean, come on, quit comping him to greatness.
Everyone does that, though. When they see a good quarterback now, they're like, man, it's Mahomes. And they all have the same hairdo.
For sure. Brian says C+ till I see it in pads. Brian's a skeptic.
Fair.
And it's fair.
Fair enough.
It's fair. It's fair, man.
Yeah.
He also says hit that like button. So if you haven't yet, hit that like button, guys. We love it.
Absolutely. And if you're new here, sub. We want to see you back.
Purro, can you end the live so I can call up your daughter and play Roblox? Steve, is this somebody that knows your daughter?
Possibly. But no, we won't end the live for that. She can wait.
That's funny.
She infiltrated to be able to play Roblox. You see how my kids do me?
Yeah.
That's my oldest one right there. She's 14 and she's put together a scheme.
She's scheming. Hey, Maddie.
Not happening. Good try though. Props
Hey,
for the
man.
try.
She gets it.
Lego
honest.
says A, solid B-. Well, so which one? Which one do you think? Maybe I missed something. Night Haunter says she gives them a solid B. May change once training camp hits. Yeah, I think it's easy. Like, I don't know, man. I think usually around preseason when you actually see them out there competing a little bit, it's you start seeing what they might be able to do, and then really you really don't know till that season starts. Like with Jalen Watson last year, I would have never expected him to be able to do what he did. He stepped in, started, and was amazing. Like
sure.
I can't say enough about him, dude. That was a good turnaround for him. Working at Wendy's to getting a pick six on what was it, Thursday night or Monday Night Football for the win, taking it to the house, man. That was great.
Steve, check the poll you put up about Felix grade.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. My bad. Felix, 62%. Oh, it's still moving. 60% give him an A, 34% a B, 3% C, 3% a D, and an F. So that's interesting that even 3% would think it's a D or an F pick.
But, C and up's passing. So I think Brett Veach gets a passing grade. We'll do Rashee Rice next, if you don't care to do that. And then we'll just grade the first two. The last ones are I think everybody is so, those last guys, there's not a lot of that we know about them. I don't think people want to judge them right now. Tom says I give it a B+. I'm with you, Tom. I think it's somewhere in that B. It's in that B mark. If you want to say B-, you want to say B+. I think I feel it. And I'll also say C+. I'll give you that one too. Greg does say, keep in mind we were thrifty and we were picking last. That is true. That is true.
True.
Lego says, wow, a New Mexico kid went to the Seahawks. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, though, because we were the only two teams that even visited with him was the Chiefs and the Seahawks, and then there he went.
At least that made it public. It's possible he had some.
I'm sure a lot of these players talk to a lot of teams that you don't know about.
Farquaad, thanks for being here, brother. You have a good night.
Have a good one, man.
If that's possible to have fun at work. And at some point, we're going to Mr. B's, baby.
Yeah. Hit us up when you get back to Bowling Green, man. We'll get some Mr. B's and hang out.
Talon, what's up? My only issue is the last pick of corner. Don't know why we didn't go Bell or a running back. No tight end either. I just think they didn't have any they really loved at tight end. I think running back, they may have been shooting for Deuce Vaughn, but they did pick up Deneric Prince. I'm telling you, watch him.
Man, I was thinking about the tight end thing, and there were some good targets they could have had in this draft, even late, like Zach Kuntz. He ended up going pretty late to the Jets. But I think that they're putting more into Noah Gray than people think. I honestly think Noah Gray is going to be really decent tight end. Like I feel like at times he flashes some Travis Kelce traits. He can catch the ball. He makes contested catches. He makes big catches. He's been clutch when needed. I think Noah offers more than people think, and I like Noah Gray, so I hope to see him seamlessly go into that role. And maybe that's what they're thinking. They don't have to go after one right now.
Chris said gift card time, LOL. He threw out 5 gifted.
Oh,
That's
nice.
sick, Chris throws out 5 gifted, dude. He's awesome. I tell you, man. If you guys get a membership from Chris, man, thank him. Oregon Fishing.
Yeah.
Looks like he got one, and he says, thanks, Chris. There it is.
Chris, you the man.
Oregon Fishing, what's up, brother? I haven't seen you in here before. I hope you talk
Welcome.
some
You're
Chiefs
now a
with
member.
us. You're a member, and you're from Oregon, which is awesome. We're putting it on the map. I think we actually had another guy from Oregon the other day, though, so welcome, Oregon. I want to go to Oregon sometime. Let me know. Is it worth going to the West Coast and going to Portland and going up to Seattle?
I wouldn't go to Portland.
Are those two cities just like no-goes at this point?
Portland's
Like,
probably a no-go.
I'm curious.
I'm sure there's parts of, I feel like with California and I feel like on the West Coast, just avoid the major cities. And then you see beautiful countryside and enjoy your time. But if you go to the major cities, it's just a headache waiting to happen.
Man, but I tell you, I don't have any qualms going into cities. It don't bother me. I think there's good parts and bad parts everywhere. I mean, heck, I'm right up the road from Louisville, and there's certain places I can go and certain places you better not go. So I can appreciate it. It's just the way it is, man. But it would be beautiful to see. I don't think I could deal with the weather. The rain all the time, it depresses me.
I'd probably be okay with it. I don't mind gloomy days. I feel like they're relaxing.
Kelly, what's up? What do you think about the DBs we picked up? Yeah, Nick Jones. I like him. Chamari.
Nick Jones, I think he's going to be I think Nick Jones is more of a special teamer, honestly. I think Najee Johnson. That's kind of what I'm getting from Nick Jones. Chamari, though, I think that they might be relying on him to maybe take over that L'Jarius Sneed role if they can't keep him around.
Yeah, they both have pretty good attitudes as well. They're good kids. I think they'll come in. They'll work hard for sure. Brian says, for Plan B, this was an A. For Plan A, this was a C. You're right, and that's why I think I throw it right in the middle of a B, and we call it a day. We call it a day at a B, and it's good. Talon says, I like Wanye, B.J. Thompson, Connor, and Coburn. The same, man. I like all of our picks. I mean, we talked about this today. Everybody's critical. You don't know him. It's not the guy you wanted. You think we reached. You think we missed out on somebody. But at the end of the day, they're going to put that Chiefs helmet on, and we're all going to love them, and we're going to root for them. And in 2 or 3 years, we're going to be like, man, do you guys remember when we drafted Chamari Connor? And,
right.
And everybody didn't like him, but now he's awesome. You got those all the time, man. So we can't do it. Greg says
there's one. I just want to throw this out there real quick. There's one cornerback that I really thought we were going to get in this draft, and I really thought we'd look at him as a UDFA. I'm not sure. I got to go check to see if he got – I don't think he got drafted.
The kid from Western.
Khalif Halsey from Western. I really thought that was a Veach dude. I was so dead set on that.
Do you know, I was watching some Shrine Bowl film today to get some Nick Jones film. And do you know Halsey was at the Shrine Bowl? He almost had a pick. He almost had a pick 6 and he dropped it.
Yeah, he's very good. And I just really thought that he was a Veach type guy. I don't even think that anybody's even looked at him yet. I'm almost positive he didn't get drafted. Let's see what's going on.
Yep. Jack says we got a 300. Oh wait, my bad. I didn't even read Greg. Greg said Rice is going to surprise us. They kept him a secret. Rashee Rice was on our radar for a while. We liked Rashee Rice. The one knock I had on Rashee Rice is I thought he tests a lot faster than I seen him on film. I thought sometimes on film he would get chased down a lot from behind. But I think he could do the Juju row. Steve said he thinks that Sky Moore is going to do the Juju row thing pretty perfectly. But I honestly think Rice is built just like Juju. And to be honest, he can maybe turn into that chain mover. Jack says we got a 335-pound defensive lineman. The Chiefs, if you haven't noticed on the interior, we go for the big guys, the big beefy boys. We want to eat space. That was what Derek Nottie was a nose tackle coming out of Florida State, and we took him. So it doesn't surprise me that Coburn was drafted, man.
Khalif Halsey did not get drafted, even though he was projected in the 5th to 6th round by NFL. He signed with the Jets 4 hours ago.
Okay.
So,
Dude,
it is what it is.
when I watch a little bit of him, I see a little bit of sauce. It makes sense. I
Yeah,
see a
he's
little
good.
Sauce
He's really
Gardner.
good. And he's right up there. He's right by Mr. Beast. Just hanging out. He probably ate Mr. Beast pizza.
Probably. Scott says any tight end we picked would have been better than Bushman and Blanton. It's possible. It's possible. I just don't know if we loved him enough because we're so deep. I think we have. He's taken 4, so we got to have Fortson. We're gonna have Noah Gray. Kelsey's not going anywhere, obviously, and then who's the other one? We just signed back the kid that does all the sneaks. I forget his name. I'm having a brain fart here. Blake Bell.
Yeah, Blake Bill. Man, I'm laughing at a comment down here. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. Ty says, Chris, I can't keep up with you. I'm married with kids, and oldest daughter getting married in June. I'm broke for a little while. I feel his pain. I feel your pain, Ty.
Dude.
Different when you got them kids. Oh, and you're paying for a wedding. Good luck, man. In today's economy, you're going to be paying out the butt.
Yeah. Life, man. It's rough sometimes, for real.
Man, good stuff. You guys are awesome, by the way. It's been a good weekend. We've live streamed a lot this weekend, and you guys have totally made it worthwhile. You guys have been awesome. Lego says his internet's tripping. That his chat keeps getting stuck on half screen.
That's probably just YouTube trying to punish us. YouTube doesn't like All Chiefed Up. I'm telling you, they don't alert people that we're going live. They don't alert people that we have a new release, a video release. Do you know every time we put out a video, this is a little insight, every time we put out a long form video, not a short, but every time we don't go live, we just throw out a video for you guys. Within the first hour to 2 hours, it usually tells us about how many people watch the video, right? So
right.
Back during the season, we averaged somewhere around 500 to 1,000 watchers per hour for those first 2 hours. And again, we throw it up around 3 p.m. And we do that because that's when people start to get off work. You're starting to get home. We don't want to throw it up while everybody's at work. You're not going to be able to watch it, obviously. So we wait a little bit. Well, YouTube starts messing with us, and they'll say, hey, nobody's watching your video today. And they'll strictly tell us, your subscribers are not wanting to watch your video. And then we'll have people like Brian, who subscribed with us from day one, and he's like, they didn't even tell me your video existed. And we're like,
it wasn't on my feed.
Yeah, we're like, okay, now we get it, YouTube. Nobody's watching because you're not telling them, bro. So yeah, we've been fighting YouTube now for weeks and weeks. It's starting to get annoying. Like
It's a grind.
Yeah, we got to the point where we're just like, you know what? We're just doing it for fun. We'll grow as much as YouTube will allow us to grow because believe me, it's all about
help
how
like
YouTube
people,
does it.
With help like the guys in our chat, man, I think we'll be just fine.
Jacob says, surprised we didn't show interest in Keaton Mitchell from East.
Mike,
Me
too. Yeah, Mike was big on him for the Chiefs, so that's the first thing I thought of when I saw that.
Hey, man, I've beat it like a dead horse, but when I see that we signed Deneric Prince, I'm telling you, I like him. That's a name to watch out for, guys. Just watch out. I don't know if he'll make the team, but I think he does a lot of stuff that Rojo was brought in to do last year. And if Rojo would have had a little bit of better attitude about him, I think he would have played more. I think there was something going on with Rojo and the coaches. I really do.
Later, Chiefs Kingdom. Thanks for joining us again. Always good to have you. Kip says, if we draft a tight end, who would you take off the 4? If we would have drafted a tight end, who would we take off of who we have? Blake Bell.
Yeah, they signed him for the 1 year. A lot of people don't like Noah Gray, though. I get it.
I love Noah Gray.
I thought Noah Gray made big strides last year.
Right. Blake Bell, I mean, he's just a good blocking tight end. He's one of the best there is. And, of course, he offers you the old tight end sneak. But I mean, other than that.
Hey, Oregon says, Portland is fine. Don't believe all the BS fearmongers. It's one of the few big cities where you can catch Chinook salmon. Just got 2 downtown. That's awesome. And that's kind of why I liked it. I was watching a show the other day. They were showing downtown Portland, and it just looked kind of cool down there, man. Like a nice little fishing town. It just, I don't know. It had kind of like a big city vibe, but a small town big city vibe to me. But, yeah, you never know, man. There's bad everywhere.
Yeah. Thank Greg. Thank Chris. Everybody that's gifting out, man.
Man.
That's awesome. So make sure you let them know how awesome they are. What's going on, JJ?
JJ is here. What's up, buddy? Good to have
see
you
ya.
here. William, what's up? What's up, William? I haven't seen you. Sorry, Steve. He just said I
No,
lived
you're
in
good.
KC all my life, but if we had to move, it would be to Portland, Oregon. That's
Really?
pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Interesting.
I want to go visit Portland. I know you guys know the show. You guys will watch Little People, Big World, right? The little people that do the pumpkin farms, the roll-offs. They have a
Roll-offs,
farm.
yeah, yeah.
They have a farm out there in Portland, and there's also like a replica of Halloween Town, the movie out there, the Halloween movie. We kind of wanted to make a cross country road trip and go out there and hit up the Halloweeny kind of stuff there, but I may have to do that, man. I'm only getting older. I feel like the older I get, the worse I won't like to travel because I won't.
JJ's also in Oregon too, so there's a couple of Oregon guys in here. That's cool.
I don't know why Oregon's killing it right now, but maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe All Chiefed Up needs to do a live show from Oregon. Dude, we should go and
Actually,
tour.
you know what? I'm going to recant a statement.
Go ahead.
I said Blake Bell without even thinking about it. I think Jody Fortson. We got to take a good long look at Jody Fortson. If he can be on the field and be the weapon we know he can be, I want him here. But man, Jody,
Steve,
my man,
that's a hot take.
it's not a hot take. It's the truth, man. We all know he has the ability, and when he's out there, him and Mahomes have a connection. Jody, baby, we gotta keep you on the field. Get out there with Bobby Stroop or whoever is it. Get with a trainer and get them legs right, man. Let's do this.
Get them legs right.
Too many injuries going on.
Chris Wright says my daughter attends OSU, Corvallis.
Nice.
Ohio State?
If it's Ohio State, we actually played on campus there when we played music.
This could be anybody. It could be Oregon State. It could be
possibly
Oklahoma State, even though they'll put the OK in there. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Hey, look at this, Mike. Kip says he gets alerted. So YouTube's
Kip.
doing their job for Kip. That's good to know. It's good to know.
I like to know that. That's
Mike does question that.
Why don't you
quite a
throw
bit.
that up? Put that poll.
I never even looked at Rasheed Rice. Let's see what he did.
Do Rasheed Rice to throw up a poll.
63% gave Rasheed Rice an A, 34% B, 2% C, 0% a D and F. I think it's safe to say Chiefs Kingdom loved Rasheed Rice pick, man. And I did. I did myself.
Yeah,
so
that's a good pick.
That's very, very cool.
Later, Gary. Go pick up the girlfriend from work, man. Appreciate you being here, brother. Yes.
Yeah,
dude,
Gary.
Throw up a quick poll and ask, do you guys get alerted by YouTube when we are we
Mike,
on your
this
feed?
is the kind of dorky stuff that Mike just like really digs into, right?
I just want to know. If we put out a new video, are we on your feed? Like, do you see it when it's a new one, or do you have to go searching for it? That's all I want to know. Oh, Kevin says, "Gotta know your story, y'all from Kentucky. How'd y'all become Chiefs fans?" We've told it a few times. We'll tell again. Our dad, he wasn't from Kansas City either. He just grew up loving the Chiefs. He was a little guy. He loved the Chiefs. He instilled that in us from the time
he saw
I
that
was,
first Super Bowl win
right.
with Lenny, and he's loved it ever since.
Yeah, and I was watching Derek Thomas in my diapers, and dude, the internet age where we'd sit around the computer listening to
Mitch Holtis.
Internet, yeah.
It's when the internet first came out, because it used to be really hard for us to catch Chiefs games because locally on TV they only wanted to show Indianapolis Colts, Cincinnati Bengals, right? And then when Tennessee, when the Titans came to Tennessee, of course that. But it was hard to catch. So when the internet came out, that was a revelation, right? Obviously, but for us it was like they'd be chilling in the kitchen, like we had like a dining room area where they kept a computer, and they'd just be laying around in the dining room, listening to Mitch Holtis. That's I remember those days.
Lego says, who did Trey Palmer go to? He went to the Bucks. I want to say round 5, 4.
Yeah, the Bucks. It was around 5, I believe. They traded up and took him. Yeah, they traded up and took him, so they wanted him.
Kelly,
the Bucks had a good draft.
Yep. Realistically, did we get better this weekend or not? I think so.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
I think we got enough depth. I think it was pretty good.
I think just from, like I said earlier, from the first 3 picks of the draft, we got better because we filled a need with a really good edge rusher. We filled a need with a really good wide receiver, and we filled a need with a guy that could be a really good tackle. So just the first 3 rounds. The other 4 picks are luxury picks, really. I mean, We're the Super Bowl champions. We have some holes to fill, but we don't need to go crazy in the draft to maintain what we're doing. We did it right. I think it's a pretty good draft.
Right. Scott Crosser agrees with you, Steve. He said he's close to being out on Jody. I get it. Jody's got to stay healthy. Chris says Oregon State, brothers. Okay, so him and Greg say Oregon State. Hey,
Nice.
Oregon State, man, the Beavers. Gotta love the
Beavers.
Hey, man, I kind of like that corner they had. Rejon Wright come out this year. He played at Laney College. We were talking about him.
Yeah. Did he get drafted?
Did he get drafted? I'd like to know.
So if you watched, what's it called? What's that show called?
Last Chance U.
Yeah. If you watched that season of Laney College, this guy was actually the cornerback. His brother had played at Oregon State, I believe, is where he ended up going to, actually.
Yeah.
But he was still playing for Laney. Really good corner, good size and everything. Crazy attitude, big mouth. I mean, just what you would expect from a corner, baby.
So probably not drafted, then.
Well, let's check him out, man. I don't know.
Okay, you do
We're getting ready
that.
to find it out.
Reach says, I usually do, but I haven't gotten to notice the past few nights. That's what I'm noticing, guys. I'm noticing that sometimes YouTube's alerting people, and sometimes those people won't get alerted the next day or the next day. So I don't know. It must be something they do, man. Maybe they just, I don't know. But they say that they show us to whoever wants to watch Chiefs content. So we just have to trust YouTube's doing their job. I know they do it for other channels. Believe me, I see it everywhere.
I think I see what's happening here. So yeah, actually, Rajon, right? He was playing for Oregon State. So, his brother, I don't remember where he ended up at, but his brother got drafted in 2021 in the 3rd round, Nashawn Wright, to the Dallas Cowboys, and then it looks like today that Rajon went undrafted and signed with the Green Bay Packers. So
Okay.
No. The Carolina Panthers. I'm sorry. I was looking at Luke Musgraves, and I
Let me tell
said
you
the
something,
Packers.
though. The
Which is the
Panthers were
Panthers.
all over some of my picks, man. They come up and grab DJ Johnson. I really like DJ Johnson. I liked Rajon Wright. They grabbed him. There was a few. I thought the Panthers had a pretty good. I really do think Frank Reich's going to build them. I really do, man. Scott asked, what did we trade for Rashee Rice? Do you have that, Steve? Do you know exactly what we traded there?
I do not remember off the top of my head. I want to say it was one of our 4th rounders that we traded with it. If that was, can't remember. I can find it. Hold on.
Sweet. Jacob says, you're on my feed, but I don't get a notification. See, it's just hit or miss, man. It's hit or miss. Jack Green says he goes to the search. I get you. Chris Wright says, I get alerts. So he gets alerts.
Oh, that's another good question. Like, if you search Chiefs, do you even see us? Because I don't.
Yeah, we don't see it.
You're gonna if you search Chiefs. I mean, Cole's channel. How about those Chiefs? It's so massive. He's built that thing so huge that it just literally overtakes the internet when we search Chiefs content. Like, yeah. I mean, it'll literally, if you're not subscribed to Cole, you will be by the time you search the name Chiefs, because it will force you to. So I mean, we're among the scraps there, but it's kind of hard to find us in search.
It's tough to build through search, that's for sure. So we kind of got to do it by word of mouth. Lego says, do y'all see our O-line standing tall and protect Mahomes? Do y'all see our D-line wreaking havoc this year? I think our D-line will be better. I believe Colburn, if he comes in and does well, I think he can help Chris Jones there. I think getting back Turk Wharton helps a lot. I do believe Felix is going to be able to do probably as good as George did last year, and I think Karlaftis is going to be an even bigger beast this year. Our O-line, I'm not sold that our O-line is going to be better than last year. I'm still not. I got to see what Jawan Taylor looks like in camp before I just crown him the best left tackle ever. But I do think he's got all the traits to be able to make that jump probably easier than Orlando Brown did. So I will say I think our offensive line could get better, and I think Wanye Morris has a good chance of being the starter. I really do. I think Wanye
For Scott Crosser asking about the Rashee Rice trade, just real quick while I got it pulled up. Fox says that the Chiefs acquired the 55th pick along with a 6th round selection from Detroit for pick 63, a 4th rounder, and a 7th rounder. So there was a little wheeling and dealing there.
Steve, look what I found.
Maddie. Look, okay, guys, my daughter just likes spiting me. If you haven't noticed yet with her conspiracies, but look at the Bengals cap on her. Look at that. That's disgusting. Makes me sick when I see it. I don't know, where did we go wrong?
I don't know. I didn't do it. I'd have took Maddie to the fire station, left her on the doorstep. Should have worn a Bengals
That's
shirt
the
in my
next
house.
step. If we, that's the next step. If it doesn't get corrected soon, fire department
man.
it is. Man. Brian Parrott says, hit that like button. That's right. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. We'd appreciate that big time. Put a lot of work in this weekend for the draft, so least you can do is hit that like button. If you're new here, we're glad to have you. Hit that sub button.
Steve,
And also, be back. Get in the
do
chat.
me a favor. Go look up, see who the Bengals, what they ended up coming out with. I know the Bengals had some pretty good picks, man. They got Miles Murphy in the first, wasn't it? They ended up getting Charlie Jones, which was, Steve loved Charlie Jones. That would hurt.
Yes,
Steve
that one
a little
hurt me.
bit.
I'll tell you what they did. They took
Everybody in the
DJ
AFC North.
cornerback DJ Turner.
Pretty good.
Safety Jordan Battle, which they were taking because of Jesse Master Bates. They were trying to replace there with Jordan Battle. They also took running back Chase Brown.
From
right?
from Illinois. I think so. Remember, because I said they're going to get rid of Joe Mixon.
They took wide receivers Charlie Jones, and they took Andre Iosivas, wide receiver from Princeton, the big guy. A lot of people were high on him.
Bengals had a good draft, man. Bengals had a good draft.
Right. So, but you know what? I mean, we're better than the Bengals. The Chiefs are better than the Bengals, obviously, Super Bowl champions. The Bengals can be a thorn in our side at times. But I honestly feel like a few of them games there where we lost the 3 in a row to them, there's some horrible luck. Just some bad luck.
Yeah,
like the
for
Chiefs
real.
played their worst, the Bengals played their best, and it's like you actually saw how it's going to go. I think the Chiefs are just fine.
Yeah. Brian says Karloftis was mentioned. Everybody must drink. I think Brian Perry
is the biggest
George.
Yeah, he's the biggest George Karloftis fan in the history of the world. So just want to throw that out there.
Yep. Night Hunter says caught us through one of our shorts. Yeah, man, we used to get our shorts thrown out, man. We got a couple shorts that almost hit 1 million views. YouTube totally just pulled those right out. They were like,
they pulled the plug on our shorts
They
lately.
said, no way will you have a video reach 1 million hits.
They said, all chiefed up did that well. Let's change the algorithm.
Yeah, they said,
let's see how that works. Yeah. Pretty much how that went.
Lego says, burn that like button up. Whoa. Wait a second. I'll take it.
Let's see, Greg Coleman with another one. Another 20 bomb. Dude, you're amazing, bro. Says, guys, I will follow and will now support you guys because of how about those Chiefs, Cole. You guys do a great job. Don't get down on YouTube or yourselves. Your content is great. Hey, we appreciate that, Greg. Yeah, Cole's awesome. He does good work, and he's put a lot of work into it. But, man, that thing is a beast he's got rolling over there.
Go back and find some of our videos if you haven't. We've had Cole on here a few times, man. We talked with Cole one time.
We're still planning to do a live stream with Cole sometime soon. We were going to do it right after the draft, I think. So we'll get with him.
Yeah,
it'll be fun, man.
We're going to do something with Cole. But, yeah, we had Cole on before, man. We told some crazy stories about just crazy stuff that's happened, man.
If you guys have been on our live feed or our live streams before, you'll notice we do the same thing to Cole, but he'll do it to us too. We kind of like to get in each other's live streams and troll a little bit with each other and poke fun and just have fun. So it's a good time.
Yeah. Hey, Nikki says B.J. Thompson's only 23, Steve. Is that true?
They keep saying he's 26, but then I saw another report that said he was 23. I seen another one that said he's 24. I don't think anybody knows this guy's age. I've been looking at it.
This guy's a mystery. He's probably still
I'm really confused about it.
He's probably still playing Little League Baseball for some team. You know,
if you type in BJ Thompson on Google, the first search that comes up is BJ Thompson age. So I think it's like an ongoing thing where no one knows how old this dude is.
He went to Baylor and transferred out of Baylor, so I don't know if he actually sit or anything, but
okay, I am on NFLDraftBuzz.com. Says that he was born on March 23rd of 1997. He's 26.1 years of age. That's what NFL Draft Buzz has up. Let me scroll on down. We'll see what ESPN says.
Did he go to the combine?
Don't even have an age listed for him. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go look at. I'm looking at NFL.com right now. NFL.com As soon as this loads up,
Combine
it
results.
says that BJ Thompson. I don't have an age either.
Oh,
Is this real?
Hey, I'm gonna do a YouTube short, and I'm gonna say, does anyone know how old BJ Thompson is?
Yeah.
This
Can
guy
you
looks
help
like
us solve
he's-
the mystery of BJ Thompson's age?
Is he 20 years old, or is he 312? Is he a vampire? Does he eat people like Jake Hader?
Right. So I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, the only thing that I'm actually looking at is this. I'll put it on the screen for you guys to look at. The only place that's actually given an answer on the age of BJ, and that is NFLDraftBuzz.com. And if you scroll down here, I know you guys can't see it because it's a little too small, but right here where I'm circling, age 26.1, date of birth March 23rd, 1997, right there. Just highlighted it blue.
Steve.
So that's what
hit
I'm going with until further notice.
Steve, hit Control, hold down Control, and hit the plus sign a few times. There we go.
Oh, I done lost it.
Now we
There
see
we
it.
are.
Age 26.1, date of birth 3/23/97. So he actually just turned 26 then, right? I guess that's the .1.
Yep. So that's where
That's
we're at with
crazy,
that, man.
man.
That's the only thing I know to tell you. I can only go by that because it's the only one that's really telling me anything.
Hey, but you know, Nikki, they could be wrong. They really could. You may be right. Who knows? Chris Wright says that he will be a 24-year-old rookie. See, I think this is a mystery.
See? That's what I was saying. I've seen 15 different things about it, but the only
This
one
is
that
a
I've found
mystery.
on the web is this NFL Draft Buzz saying he's 26. So if you guys have any better source than NFLDraftBuzz.com, by all means, let us know. I want to see it
Yeah, for
because
sure.
I don't
man.
know what the heck's going on.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery, guys. We're gonna turn this thing into just an all-out like ID channel mystery.
We're going to figure it out. We will track this man down and ask him ourselves.
I'll get
We're
BJ
actually going to
Thompson
see.
on the show.
We're going to see if we can't get some of these guys on the show with us. We're going to try for Chamari Connor, BJ Thompson, Keandre Coburn, and yeah, I'll see where that rolls. Maybe Nick Jones as well.
And if
Maybe
all
we can
else
get one of them
fails-
on here for you guys. We can talk to them a little bit. That'd be fun. I'm
I thought you
going
were
to
gonna
go
say
back to
every-
the poll, Mike. I want you to
Yeah.
know what your poll ended up.
Go ahead.
Your poll, you wanted to know how many people see an alert or get an alert when we
I'm
release
gonna
content.
say-
65% said yes, they do. 34% said no, they don't.
But this is coming from subscribers, so that should be 100% straight up.
It should be, right? I mean, that's why you subscribe to somebody, because you want to know this stuff. You want to see this stuff.
That makes sense.
But you have to hit the bell to get the alert. So if you don't get the alerts, make sure that you hit the bell. If you have the
Right.
bell clicked already and it's still not doing it, then that's an issue.
Yeah, but otherwise, there's nothing we can do about it. So it's just a fun little experiment.
Chris Wright put up a link here. I'm going to go check it out real quick. Chris Wright. Arrowhead Pride is saying that this cat, how old do they have him listed? Does it say? It says he's 24? Okay. I'm not even going to waste my time going. I trust you. Yeah, so they're saying he's 24. NFL Draft Buzz 26. Somebody else just told us 23. We got to get to the bottom of this as a
We
team.
do. We got to get to the bottom of this.
As a team. Yeah, we'll probably hang out with you guys for 10, 15 more minutes. So if you got some questions you want answered, make sure to get those in. If you guys are new here, hit that sub button. Help us out. I want to crack that 10K mark. Everybody in the chat wants us to crack that 10K mark as well. We're going to get there. We're just trying to build a good Chiefs community here. And so far, so good, man. Amazing people in the chat. Amazing, amazing people. So yeah, smash that like button. And if you haven't yet, smash it on your way out tonight. That'll help us out. So we appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Talon also says he thinks he's 24, not 26.
Steve, can you see this? Felix
James Draws and
Ndike
Felix, baby.
with James Draws. That's awesome. That's so cool,
That's good
man.
stuff. Did you guys see what James Draws did at the draft when he announced his pick? Because I'm about to
did.
show you. I'm about to show you guys what James Draws pulled, and it was absolutely amazing. Let me Let me get this screen share going. 1 sec, please. Everybody's got to see this. This is good. This is real good. All right, can you guys see? Mike, give me a heads up.
Okay. Yeah, we can see.
Let me,
If you wanna
The
control plus it again. There you
25th
go.
pick, the 2023 draft, Kansas City Chiefs selects Nick Jones, DB, Ball State.
We cut it.
All right, I got to go back to the beginning. I got to go back to the beginning.
Eagles, what happened?
What
How you beat the Super
happened?
Bowl champions, Chiefs?
Oh, the Eagles got What Happened by James Ross. It made my day when I saw that,
He said,
dude.
Eagles, what happened?
What happened? How you get beat by the Kansas City Chiefs?
That's
So
great,
cool.
Dude, it was actually retweeted by Nick Jones because he announced Nick Jones. So Nick Jones actually retweeted that thing you just showed, which is pretty cool.
Very cool. Chris Wright with a 21 bomb. BJ Mystery, an alien. Is he 30? Is he 24? We don't have a freaking clue, but Chris Wright is amazing. We do know that. That's a fact.
Right.
We need to figure out about this BJ guy. We got to figure it out, man. Chris, we appreciate you, dude. I know we say it a lot, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
You're the man.
Jack says, where are we now in reaching out of 10,000? Let me look. I'll give you the exact updated number.
I can look at it right now. It's 8.38K subscribers. So we are about 1.6, basically.
We are
1.6K.
Yeah, we're at 11 subscribers away from hitting 8,400 on the nose. So we have 83.
So let's go ahead and
89.
say 1,600 is going to get us right that 10K mark. And that's light work for you guys. I have that feeling. That's light work for you guys. You guys are going to help us get that in the next few weeks. I think so. I
That'd
have a
be
good
easy.
feeling about it.
That shall be easy, guys.
William Wright says BJ went to Baylor, then COVID hit.
Yep.
He went home, lost interest in football, and re-entered college 2 years later to finish at Stephen F. Austin. And that could be very well mean he is 26 freaking years old. I don't know. It's a mystery. It would make sense, though.
We're going to figure
It
it
would
out.
make sense.
We're on a mission, guys.
Cole says the AFC is clearly the superior conference. Yes, it has been that way for a minute now. I mean, it's all it is. The Eagles try to make a little push. San Francisco tries to make a little push. And obviously the Rams won when they put their super team together a couple years ago. Last year, actually, with their super team. But other than that, man, AFC is just where it's at, dude. All the competition's in the AFC. Chiefs have the hardest road of anybody to get to a Super Bowl. And they do it. And it's amazing. Gotta love it. Greg Coleman says Chris is the man. He ain't joking. Chris is the man. Absolutely. What are you up to over there, Mike? I see you scheming.
I'm just looking at some Instagram. Trying
Looking
to
at
find
stuff.
trying to get some inside
You guys have
info.
bored Mike to the point to where he's on Instagram.
I'm trying to get some inside info on his age. I thought if I went to Instagram, maybe he'd have maybe he'd have some kind of a post about his birthday or something. But no, he's a secret alien and he doesn't care about his birthday, so not there. I did see that Noah Gray got a new tattoo today, though. He's working on an arm sleeve, guys. So
Did he?
have a
That's
have
nice.
a brand new looking Noah Gray.
I think he had like a Celtic cross or something on his shoulder.
Yeah, he's
working
going with
around
that.
it,
It's on
probably.
his forearm right here.
Okay. Night Haunter says it's not us, you guys, that are going to make it happen. It's good content. Yeah, we're trying to put out the best content we can. So, like Mike said, we get a little lost in the algorithm a lot. And Cole came along and squashed everything in the Chiefs niche because he's so massive. He's done such a good job. And we come in a little bit after Cole, and it was a couple minutes too late on that front, man. He's got it on lock. So, yeah, we'll keep putting out the content, though. We're going to grind, and we'll grow. And you guys are going to help, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Absolutely.
Nothing's ever worth having if it ain't a little tough to get it, right? Isn't that the what's it called? The motto,
You don't want it handed to you.
the saying.
You don't want it served on a silver platter. Got to work for this stuff.
Jack says we're here because of you guys. You guys just do it different, and the chat doesn't run 100 miles an hour. That's true. If we do start getting up with more people, though, the chat will start going crazy. But
It probably will, but I think if we have good mods like we do, I think they
Yeah.
can hold it down, and you guys can make it work. We're always going to do our best to make sure that we communicate with you guys as much as possible in the chat, though.
Chris said Saturday night is the sweet spot.
Do it.
Hey, bro, the Brad Squad's here. Hey, y'all.
What's going on,
If y'all
Brad?
don't know this, this is my niece. This is her boyfriend, Brad.
Nice.
Her boyfriend's little brother. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. His older brother's named Nathan, and he's from. I think he still lives in Indy. He lives up near Notre Dame's campus in South Bend, and his dad is actually a Bills fan, but he watches our channel. He says we're hilarious. So it's kind of funny that, dude, we talk trash to Josh Allen all the time. His dad watches us and says we're funny. So I don't know, but good to see you, Brad.
More power to him, man. That's awesome. Ty says, you guys are great. Agree with Night Hunter, but us dedicated ones will help as much as we can on our end. We appreciate you guys so much. We appreciate that. We know you will. We see it. We see it happening every time we're on here. Got some really good people in our community. It's awesome. We want to keep growing it. We want more good people. That way you guys can hang out and talk Chiefs football and just have a good time, man. That's the goal here. Chris Wright with that blue wrench and the gifted switch. Man, what's happening? Chris Wright is the man. That's what's happening, Stephen James. If any of you other guys are interested in being moderator or like working with us and Chris and some of the other guys in growing this thing together, we're going to probably get together and talk about some different things that we can do. If you're interested in being part of that or being a moderator in the chat, make sure to hit us up at allchiefedup@gmail.com and we will see what we can make happen. Okay.
Cobra Cry, shout out Brad Squad. Let's see. Brenda says article by Matt McMullen at KC Chiefs says, oh, BJ Thompson's age, huh? We'll have to go check that out, man.
She left it a mystery still. She didn't put it in.
Did.
Brenda.
See what you did there. We see what you did there.
Yeah, she said, you ain't finding out this easy. You go do your own homework.
Right. Edits, what's up, brother? He said, just wanted to say thanks for doing all this live streaming. Dude, for real, we've live streamed more today than I ever thought we'd do in a year. We've been on for
we
what,
appreciate
dude?
that.
We've been on for like 7 hours today.
You know who the real MVPs are, though, is our ladies. We got to thank them because they're letting us do this, man. And I know it probably sucks for them because I got mine upstairs holding the fort down and letting me talk about the Chiefs. So I appreciate her. I just want to throw that out there.
Brenda says, per article, Matt McMullen says BJ's 24. So that website's wrong. Draft Buzz must be wrong then.
Possibly. If Matt McMullen's saying that, that's probably legit, man. I'd say he's got the inside scoop on that. So we're going to go with 24.
For sure. William Wright became a member.
Nice.
William, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate it, William. Glad to have you aboard. We still got to come up with a name, man. We were talking about coming up with a name for our members and stuff.
Let's do it.
No
Chris says let's throw some Saturday live stream name ideas out there. Let's do that. Let's try to figure some out, and then we'll call it a night. We'll go for about 4 or 5 more minutes.
We got to figure out this name, though.
How about
if anybody just throw out, like I said earlier, just throw out some names. If anybody got some names, and then we'll poll it.
Hey, man, how many of you guys grew up watching? What's that show on Nickelodeon where they would get together and tell stories? No, where they tell the scary
Are you afraid
stories.
of the dark?
Right. They were called the Midnight Society. That's pretty close to our name.
I do like the All Chiefed Up, the Saturday Night Society. That would be cool. I think that's a neat
Saturday Night
one.
Society would be kind of cool, but that doesn't really tell what we're doing,
Harry Mills, good night, man. I hope you have a good one. Thanks for joining us. You said pick 3, future left tackle. That's a good question mark to have there, man, because he does have left tackle experience, and we don't know how that experiment with Javon Taylor is going to work out. Also, that contract. So, yeah, very well could be, Harry. Good to have you. We appreciate you. Have a good night, bud.
Yep. See you, Harry. Jack says...
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Okay, Jack says, I drafted the Saturday Night Show. I just kept on these guys. They were winning. Okay, All Chiefed Up Mafia. That could work, man.
All Chiefed Up Mafia. That's been thrown out there. So now I'm putting down Saturday Night Society, the All Chiefed Up Mafia. Those two. I think I'm going to have up to 4 in the poll. So if you guys got some good ideas, Brian Parrott with the Saturday Night Special.
Hey.
Cobra Kai here. Says, get you some gear if you can. ACU shirts, $25.99 shopping after the stream. He's going to get one after the stream himself. It's 15% off. Don't forget to use that promo code. We're doing it for draft weekend. Draft 15 will get you 15% off. We got all kinds of stuff on the store, by the way. T-shirts. There's some premium T-shirts if you don't like the way normal t-shirts fit, like if you like a tighter fit or like, better material, we have the premiums. We also have hoodies on there, man, hats, beanies, tumblers. The tumbler, I think, is a 20 ounce, looks something like that. It's got our logo on there. We got coffee mugs. There's even socks, man. If you want it, it's probably on there. Check that store out and use that promo code draft15 to get 15% off. So we appreciate that, Ty. We appreciate that a lot. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Night Hunter, Night Owls of the Red and Gold Kingdom. We are night
we're
owls
trying.
for sure. The Gaslighters.
The Gaslighters. Do we gaslight that much?
The Tailgaters. It's Saturday night before Sunday games.
That's a good one, Chris.
You know how does it Barstool does Saturday for the boys? We could do Saturdays for the Kingdom. That'd be kind of sick.
Tell the all chiefed up tailgaters. That could work.
I kind of like that.
I'll put that on the list here. We're gonna get a vote going here in a minute. We're gonna get that poll up. So if you guys are interested in voting on that, hang tight. I'm gonna get it started, but we're gonna have to fill it in with another name or two.
The Saturday night. What was it called? The Saturday Night Society? Did somebody say that, or did you just make that up?
I made that up. You were talking about the Midnight Society,
yeah.
and I said the Saturday Night Society. So give me the options real quick. We're going to go with, I'm going to put the Saturday Night Society, ACU, Saturday Night Society. I'm going to put the all chiefed up tailgaters. What else do we have? ACU Mafia. I can squeeze one more in here. So if we got one more that we want to be up for vote here, get it in there real quick. Mike, are you asleep?
Nope. I'm just thinking, man. I'm just thinking.
The Kingdom Knights. Jacob Brashers. Do you like that one? We want to put that on the poll. We want to put pre-gamers live.
Doesn't matter to me, man. Throw it up. I mean, it's not going to be set in stone. This is just going to be like front runner, and we're going to keep thinking about
front runner
this for sure. It'll be the front runner.
Okay, I'm going to
put
ACU Kingdom Knights. It's kind of a cool play on Knights. I think that's kind of neat. So yeah, I'm going to throw this poll up, and then we're going to have a front runner for the name of our Saturday night live stream. So it's up. Pick the one that you guys like the best.
Parrot says the Weekend War Room. That's kind of cool.
That's a good one. I'll have to write that one down.
It's a pretty good one.
All Chiefed Up Legion, says Ty. That's a good one as well.
I was just getting ready to click that one.
I got to write these down, man. I'm going to write these down that way I don't forget them. Red and Gold Late Night Tailgaters, Night Hunter says. ACU Weekend War Room. And then Legion.
What about Two Bros, One Show?
How about no? How about no on that one?
Sounds like some kind of weird.
Jack Green says, "Oh, that's what it is up there. That says $25.99. You got to remember, I'm black and white TV days." Yeah, that's what that is. It should be promoting our what it calls our basic EST T-shirt. So that one's actually got like a little bit a different play on our logo. It says established in 2022. It's a cool little shirt. It's a basic tee. I think it's just probably 80-20 blend, something like that. But you can get it for $25.99. You get 15% off right now with Draft 15. So if you guys want to do that, if you like something a little more polyester, something more heavy duty, a little more quality, we do have a premium T-shirt on there, but they are around $40. So pick what you want, man. There's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of colors, variations. So whatever you guys like, go get it and use that code while it's available.
I'm just going to show you. It's so much easier. So watch this.
Yeah, Ty, there's been some good names thrown out.
There you
I
go.
do like them so far. What you got,
Mike?
Mike?
We got.
There you go. There's our
show-
store.
Here it is. So look, you got this sweet looking T-shirt with the logo.
Can you zoom it in like you told me to zoom it in earlier?
Yeah, let me do it.
That way they can get a good look at this stuff.
Okay, here you go. So yeah, we got if I can get this off here now. Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, so we got the touchdown Kansas City, the Mitch Holtis.
The Mitch Holtis tee.
We got the Big Yeti 87 premium tee.
The front of that actually has our logo on the front, and this is the back of the shirt, so that's cool.
Right. And then this is my Victory Monday shirt.
You should have went to the actual store so it would show you the front and the back.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. This is the logo that Steve was talking about, the estimated 2022. It's got the this on it. Then, of course, we got the ACU with the spear. And that's it. We got a little poppy. We got
all kinds of stuff. There's more on the store. Got the Kansas City versus the World tee.
A lot of people like the
Grim Reaper. So the Grim Reaper one, it has the Arrowhead logo with the skull, and on the back it says number 13 Grim Reaper. It's pretty cool. It's a cool one. So yeah, just head on over to our store.
There it is.
If you don't, I'm gonna put the link to the store in the chat if you don't want to just look at what
in the back.
YouTube's showing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Steve, bring out the poll here.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if this link. Somebody let me know if that link I put in the chat is working or not. I might have left an S out of the HTTP. I don't know. Not good with this stuff. All right, as of right now, 43%, 47% are ACU tailgaters. It's a good fight with the ACU Kingdom Knights, so you guys keep on voting there. Those two are the front runners at the moment.
Why don't you just write them both down, put the two front runners up, and we'll keep putting those in the polling. That's a good idea, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The top two wins. We'll just call it that way. Top two wins. And we'll just keep coming
guys,
up
I think this is the link. I think this is the link to our store. If you want to go straight to the store and not look at it on YouTube, you probably see a lot more on there.
Right.
So,
Cole says estimated 2022 means established 2020. Yes.
Yes, sir. That's when we started. It was last year. I think we started in about March. We were going to do our podcast, which if you guys are podcast people, you like to pop in the earbuds at work and listen to a podcast. We do a podcast, actually. That's how we started with. YouTube came about a month later, but yeah, we're on all major platforms. On Spotify for podcasters, if you use Spotify, you can actually become a member on there and you get extra content. So that's a cool thing. So hit us up and check out the podcast as well. It's a little bit different than what you see on YouTube. Me and Mike kind of discuss a lot more in depth and kind of talk about things here and there that maybe aren't as football related. It's more of a chilled kind of thing. But if you're one of those people that just like to pop in an earbud at work and listen to, a Chiefs podcast or something, search All Chiefed Up on whatever platform you're using.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, man. They're saying the link's working. The link's working.
Good deal. Good deal.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys tonight for real. We're going to come up with a name. Steve, write those two names down, man.
Hey, real. Chiefs Reaper here, Ty. He says he's getting the Reaper shirt because that's his nickname, man. It's sick. Man, yeah, you got to get that one. That's perfect for you, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be awesome.
What's up, Joe? He said he thinks the Chiefs improved their defense a lot through the draft and offseason. Yeah, I think they did too. I think they did a good job. I think Veach, again, it was serviceable. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't sexy. It was what we needed to do to keep winning.
I'm closing the poll. I'm closing the poll in 5 seconds. 4, 3,
2, 1.
2. Get that vote in. And boom. And officially today, ACU Tailgaters 42%, ACU Kingdom Knights 38%, Saturday Night Society 14%, Mafia 4%. I'm going to keep the top two here.
Please do.
I think you guys like ACU Tailgaters and ACU Kingdom Knights, so we will definitely revisit that and when we're coming up with our name here because those two are good. I think next time we'll rival it with the Weekend War Room and the ACU Legion, and we'll see how that comes up. We'll do that next live.
Good idea, man.
Digging it.
Jack said it didn't even let him vote, man.
I don't know. What do you want, Jack?
Chris Wright, Lord of Invite. Bro.
Chris Wright's the man. Did I say that today? Did I
Yeah, we
say
said it.
that Chris
the
Wright's
man.
awesome?
Okay.
Yeah, because if I didn't, I need to. And then of course, he right on time with the 10 bomb. Great chat, fam. AC Nation growing. Keep coming back. Yes, exactly. If you guys are new here, hit that sub button, hit that bell. Keep coming back. We love having all you guys in the chat. So far, it's been an amazing community so far. I ain't gonna lie. We've not had trolls. We've not had everybody's respectful with each other. Everybody's having a good time. It's awesome. Like it's awesome just seeing you guys communicate with each other as well as talking to us. So we love it, man. That's what we're doing. We're trying to grow a good Chiefs community here. So mission is getting accomplished with the help of people like Chris Wright and Jack Green with the 5 bomb, baby. We appreciate you, Jack. Awesome. All the donos helps us big time to keep putting time and effort into this thing, man. Every bit of donos goes right back into the channel, so just
Dude,
know
I'm
that.
telling you guys, one of these days too, we go to KC a lot. We go for we try to hit up the training camp every year. We go to 2 or 3 games if we can get to them. Yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome. Some of our members and stuff, we might get together and like hang out with you guys, go grab some food or something. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know if we'll sell tickets.
Absolutely.
I don't think we're in as high demand as Cole is, but
No,
we'll
absolutely
sell,
not.
We won't sell tickets, but daggone it, we'll rent out the back room at a Chuck E. Cheese and we'll play video games together or something. That's what's up. But I think
for sure, man. I'd definitely love to hang out.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think we're going to be out for the night. Everybody's getting out of here. Chris has got to go. He says night fam, night Greg Coleman. Man, I guess we'll wrap it up, Steve. Is that cool with you?
Awesome. Hey, yeah, we appreciate you guys. Hit that, smash that like button on the way out, and we'll see you next time, guys. Take it easy.